Denham Springs High School football is on the air. Denham Springs High School football broadcast, a John Fine production, on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington and producer Darren Ferrante, DS Jacket Vision camera operator Chris Ledoux, and station engineer Lamine Figueroa. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jackets football. It is Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the East Ascension Spartans from Spartan Stadium here on Burnside Drive in lovely Gonzales, Louisiana. It is district opener for these two teams. I'm Josh Ward, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Spartan Center. As always, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Spartan Center, they've got everything you need, from athletic equipment to school uniforms, some tennis shoes, some denim swag, any other swag. They got you covered right there at Spartan Center. Again, that is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and that terrific staff that is at Spartan Center. All right, Yellow Jackets with the win last week, 33-0 over the Woodlawn Panthers from Yellow Jacket Stadium, but improved to 2-1 on the season. East Ascension, right here from Spartan Stadium, hosted Sam Houston, and they would win that one 25-12 to also improve to 2-1 on the season. So expecting a good one here tonight. District opener, little football in the air as you can feel the weather getting a little bit cooler finally here in South Louisiana. We're excited to have you all along here with us. As always, we come to you on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. We're on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we will do a little statistical recap of the Woodlawn and Denim Springs game last week. We will look at the series between these two teams that goes back to 1985, and then we will get you set up a little closer to kickoff. We will have John Fine with newest member of the Denim Springs Hall of Fame, Big Mike O'Neill, good friend of ours here. So stick around. We're going to be back after this timeout on the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denim Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Mashan and Associates General Contractors, Sport Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
And we welcome you back into the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans of East Ascension over here on Burnside Avenue in Gonzales, Louisiana. District opener for these two teams, and it should be a good one here tonight, folks. So again, I want to remind you, if you are watching there on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, give it a like and subscribe. It keeps you up to date on all the things that we are doing here. But if you're unable to see it or listen to it on YouTube, as always, remember, Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. All right, so as we take a look at this, let's start with the recap of last week, where it was it was 33-0 Yellow Jackets over the Woodlawn Panthers. That would improve Yellow Jackets to 2-1 on the season, as the defense would shut out the Panthers with a strong performance. Yellow Jackets looked good in the run game, racking up 200 yards on the night. As we run down the offensive stats from last week, I want to thank offensive coordinator Ryan Fournier for providing us these stats each week. So in the passing game, John Goldman completed 7 of 12 passes for 79 yards. He had the longest pass of the night being 22 yards. He added 3 runs on the night for, get this, 3 yards, but it was with a rushing touchdown. In the run game, from Brenton Paul, who led the ground attack with 215 yards on 17 carries, including a 57-yard run and 2 touchdowns on the night to lead the way. Enzo Landry, who had his most work of the season thus far, added 59 yards on 10 carries. As a team, the Yellow Jackets totaled 280 rushing yards on 40 attempts, averaging 6.8 yards per carry, and 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. Receiving for the Yellow Jackets saw Matthew Duvall, Sean Goldman, and Hayden Ray each complete passes from John Goldman. Total receiving yards on the night was 79 yards on 7 catches. That was averaging 11.3 yards per catch. Yellow Jackets obviously not very big in the passing game. They did have a passing touchdown, but when you rack up 280 yards rushing, I guess you don't really need to throw it all that much. All right, to sum it up, last week the team showed a strong rushing dominance, especially from Brenton Paul. Again, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yellow Jackets, despite 4 turnovers in the first quarter, would lead 7-0 after that first quarter. They would go into the half up 24-0. They would add 1 more touchdown in the second. Additional 2 points came by way of safety after Woodlawn would snap the ball over the punter's head out of the back of the end zone, and that brought you to your final score of 33-0. Now, as we switch gears and look at the series histories between these two teams, as always, thank you to Mr. Robert Graves for providing us this information. Throughout the game, also keep an eye on the Robert Graves scoreboard, as he will be keeping us up to date on some district games that are going on. Santa Maria, the only team in the district out of district play tonight, so we'll get you up to date on all those as we get closer to kickoff of who's where and all that good stuff. But I want to appreciate Mr. Robert Graves again for all he does here for us at John Fine Productions. East Ascension is up in this series as they lead it by 1 game. They have played a total of 19 games. The series record is Denim Springs 9 wins to East Ascension's 10. Total points in the series, Denim Springs 333 to East Ascension's 316. Averaging points per game, Denim Springs 17.5 to East Ascension's 16.6. This series has spanned over 5 head coaches at Denham Springs, from Butch Wax and now with Coach Brett Beard. Butch Wax went 1-2 against the Spartans. Coach Steve Long from 1997 to 1999 had 2 wins with 1 loss, even scoring in that one at 48 apiece between those years. Nolan Gill from 2000 to 2002 was 0-3 against the Spartans. Drew Nettles from 2007 to 2015 was 5 wins to 2 losses. And Brett Beard now from 2022, when EA came back into the district, to 2025 current date, he has 1 win to 2 losses. 1 win to 2 losses, and we hope to even that up here tonight in this district opener. 2 Thursday night scores that are of note for the Yellow Jackets that happened last night. Southern Lab was 46-8 winner over Delhi, and Hammond was a 49-0 win over Higgins. Why is that important? Well, down the road it'll be the power ratings that you will want to worry about on those. All right, and last but not least, East Ascension was here last week, as mentioned, against Sam Houston, and they would win that one at 25-14, shutting out Sam Houston in the second half of that one to improve to 2-1 on the season. So seeing a little bit of see a little bit of fight from this Spartan defense. They are under Brock Mathern, who enters his second season here at East Ascension, and going to hear a lot of good things about Coach Mathern from Coach Brett Beard's interview, which is coming up in a bit. Also, teaser here, ask Coach Beard about some off-the-field stuff. You're not going to miss that because he has a strong opinion on it, and you will certainly enjoy it and know that that he has. He does not hold back. Let's just say that. So it is a great interview with Coach Beard, as always. We always appreciate his time. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it will be John Fine, previously recorded interview with our good friend Big Mike O'Neill, newest member of the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame. So stay with us. We're back after this on the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denim Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, milestone title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground of Denham Springs, Brian Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Quality Furniture Restoration, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses. We welcome you back to Spartan Center Yellow Jackets Warm-Up. I'm John Fine, producer of Denim Springs Broadcast, and with us right now is one of the newest inductees into the Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame. He is Big Mike O'Neill. Big Mike, thanks for joining us, and congratulations. Talk about the emotions that you went through when you were on the stage receiving your plaque signifying that you were a member of the Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, first of all. It was a lot of emotions, just being very thankful. And as I said in my video, my family can't donate and do what we do to the high school without the people of Denham Springs, patronizing Big Mike's and being part of our family up there. So, I accepted the award in my name, but I really think it is just shows that how, the community supports you and I support them, and then they appreciated it and came back tenfold. And so, just to be up there with some of those people and everything, I was very honored, very humble, and mostly very thankful. very thankful for where I'm at in my life and what God's blessed me with.
Mike, your grandfather was the mayor of Denham Springs.
Yes, he was, and I really didn't find that out until I got over here and lived here and started meeting people and then started seeing the stories and the history of my family here. And like I said, he was the mayor at one point. I think he was the judge, the chief of police. When they took me to, my dad would, we would be driving down the road. My dad said, "This is Shelley Homesite. Your grandfather developed this. This street's named after your cousin. This street's named after your grandmother." I really started to see everything that the family and specifically Shelley O'Neill, my grandfather, had done, and it just gave me a lot of pride. It gave me a sense of pride and wanted me to live here, wanted me to build a business here. It's really part of the reasons why I'm still here. And I enjoy sharing that information with my children and now my grandchildren.
Mike, when you came to Denham Springs, there were a number of people that welcomed you, one of which, the most prominent one perhaps, was Dr. Hunter Bond. How special was it to be inducted into the same Hall of Fame class with Dr. Bond?
You're absolutely right. When I moved here, my dad said, "I'm going to take you over to your cousin's house." And, I met Hunter, and it's kind of a southern cousin thing, but Aunt Betsy and Uncle Sidney, his parents, and his sister Sidney Ray, and Hunter was a year older than me, but he, we bonded, and he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes around town and introduced me to all the people that are my friends now. And I'm so proud of Hunter and what he's done and the career that he's built and the family that he has. I have a relationship with his little HB and it was very special for both of us to go in there and it's hard to think that 40 years ago, in 1984, that I first got here, but it seems like I was here forever. But those friendships will last forever, and definitely Hunter Bond is family, and I love him.
Butch Wax was your football coach at Denham Springs.
He was, absolutely. And I don't even know where to begin with Coach Wax. When you're playing for him and you're a little rambunctious and maybe doing some things that Coach really didn't approve of too much, but just what a class act and always respectful, just organized and just a good, solid person. And now, the relationship that I have with him now, he has a bunch of the coaches and old time guys. They meet up there the first Thursday of every month. I think Coach Wax got that going. So just supporting me. And then, I've reached out to Coach on some personal matters and just always finds time for you. We'll stop and talk to you, and just a class act, a good man. Loves his community, and loves his family, loves his God, and I can't say enough about him. I'm really proud to call Coach Wax a friend right now, I'll be honest with you.
When you were at LSU, you got to know then head basketball coach Dale Brown.
I did. When I moved here, my dad, I guess you could kind of say, was his bodyguard. There were state troopers that were assigned to football and basketball. Dale never had one before, but then he started getting in trouble, and how Dale had a tendency to run his mouth, so I had a good relationship with Coach Brown. He actually was going to pay for my college education. I went over there as a basketball manager, and I didn't last too long. I wanted to get out and get to work, but Coach always treated my dad. He loved my dad, and my dad loved him, and he treated my dad and my family very good. And Coach Brown always treated me really good. And was always there for us, and that was a fun part of our life there with basketball and everything.
How did Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill come about?
I had been in the bar business 20 years, and my wife had been in the restaurant business 10 years at that point. I still had a bar in Baton Rouge. I was up late, a late night. Johnson was at home with the twins, and I really just wanted to do something different. Johnson was the general manager of Cocodries, which was there. That was the restaurant that was there before we took it over. I did a knee-jerk reaction, went and closed the deal, and came home and told Johnson we just bought a restaurant. And she, wasn't too keen on it. I guess just the risk and everything at first, but she dove into it and built that place from the ground up. I mean, everything we do there, from cleaning to prep work to the menu to our everyday operation, Jocelyn set it all up and taught me and all of our employees how to do it. And I told her that I'm kind of popular because I've had a bar for a while. I said, my name will get them in once. Your food will get them to come back again. And that's exactly what's happened. And we've been very blessed since the day we opened it. And I have to give Jocelyn all the credit.
Now, very humble of you, Mike. Now, you were the home of the Drew Nettles radio show. I know that's one of your highlights.
That was, of course, known Drew for a long time. Love him, love his family. And I've always been very supportive of Drew as he's been supportive of me. But the best part of that whole show is getting to see you every week, John. I mean, there's no doubt about it. As much as I like Drew, it was having you in the building once a week. That was the big draw.
Said that just the way I wrote it up for you, Mike. And you really enjoyed the fact that Coach Nettles and I were two of the shorter people to ever inhabit Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Mike, talk about the Bar Rescue and how you worked with them in resurrecting Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill in the mid-2010s.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a life-altering event. You know, of course, the flood that devastated everybody. And one of my employees, Emily Ashford, texted me and wanted my permission to write a story about us on a website, and she did it, and this happened, that happened, phone calls, emails, all this stuff. Before I know it, we're going to be on Bar Rescue. Couldn't believe it. I was a fan of the show. Jocelyn was a fan of the show. We will watch it, of course, just to see if we can learn something new to help in our business. And I mean, it was just great from the beginning. As soon as they contacted me, they sent a few producers out here, did some interviews. We did some interviews over the, FaceTime and stuff, and literally didn't know, how impactful it would be and how long-lasting that it would be because, we still, when they rerun it now, we get emails. We have people that stop in all the time from all across the country, come here specifically just to come to here and check it off a bucket list and, dealing with them and just a class, again, some people that were just hardworking and to sit back and look what they did. And they say a week, but literally 5 days was absolutely amazing. And it changed our life. I mean, it got us back on track. And I don't know if we would be open right now if it wasn't for that one story that Ashley wrote and John Tapper read it and he liked it and called his producer and said, I want to go to Louisiana and save this guy. And I mean, just changed the trajectory of our life. And we're just so blessed to be affiliated with that show and with him.
Mike, you had a very impressive talk on the film at the Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. You alluded to it earlier in the interview, but talk about how you want to leave a legacy. And you'd like to know your daughter, Brooklyn, who runs the establishment right now, and then grandchildren eventually will get to run Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
Well, of course, that's a dream. I opened in 1989. So we just recently celebrated 36 years, if my math is correct. And, so it's just a dream of mine to, one day when I'm gone, if there still is a Big Mike's in Denham Springs in this town and somebody in my family is running it, I just stated that would be something that I would be very, very proud of. Brooklyn, all of the children have worked there as far as Ashlyn and Brooklyn. Keaton helps out now, even though she's not old enough. But I don't know. I don't know if it's everybody's dream that has a business. You can leave it to your children, build a legacy, have them celebrate a 60-year anniversary, a 70-year anniversary. But it's just something I'm always hopeful for. Again, if it doesn't, if my children choose a different path and everything like that, everything is all God's will and it works out the way it's supposed to. But yeah, it's something I think about one day. I have 2 grandchildren now, and if I can live long enough to see them working at Big Mike's, I think that'd be pretty cool to have 3 generations in there. But we'll see how it goes. And right now, we're just very fortunate and blessed to have it and to be doing it. And we'll have to see how the future works out.
Big Mike, congratulations again on being inducted into the Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you for everything you do for Denham Springs High School and Denham Springs Athletics. And a very special thank you from John Fine Sports Productions for everything you've done with our broadcasts. From the very outset, Big Mike's has been involved with our broadcasts on a year in, year out basis, and I thank you for that, Big Mike. Keep up the great work.
Well, I thank you, John. I thank you for everything you do for Denham Springs and their sports, and I'm just glad to be affiliated with you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Induction into the 2024-2025 Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Fame. My name is John Fine. Coming up next, it'll be Josh Ward speaking with Jackets coach Brett Beard when we return on the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs, owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, Family Specialist, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets at East Ascension for the district opener from Spartan Stadium. I'm Josh Ward, and it is time for our weekly visit with Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Just before we get to East Ascension, let's look at last week's win over Woodlawn, 33-0. Yellow Jackets improved to 2-1 on the season. And Coach, I know you had to be happy with the win. Anytime you pitch a shutout and get out of there and improve your record, always happy with that. But I know that the 4 turnovers in the first quarter had to be frustrating and a little bit concerning for you.
Barry, again, as we try to figure out how to get these kids to start fast and get them comfortable under the lights as quick as possible, we managed to screw that up again last week versus Woodlawn. Like it's kind of getting to be almost comical. Like we are just hell bent on digging ourselves a hole before we decide to get going, and almost a tale of 2 quarters, tale of 2 halves. We're like 2 different teams Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on a Friday night. And it's the craziest thing is we continue to try to crack this code to where we not only start fast, but we start without terrible mistakes. Because, you talk about starting fast, we come out those drives that we turn the ball over on, we're just gashing them. We're moving. We're looking really good. And then all of a sudden, bam, just one big mistake and give the ball back. And, if we can negate that, again, 4 turnovers and you're winning at the end of the first quarter is, I guess, a good place to be as well. And again, if they don't score, you got a chance to beat everybody if they don't score. So, once we got going, once we settled in, again, handle the emotions of the game, we look like a different football team. We just got to be able to do this we got to be able to start fast against everybody and not dig ourselves a hole, because you and I both know teams that are good are going to bury us or put us in a spot to where we can't get out of if we do it against a legit team like an EA or people in our district.
What would you say is the key to that? Because it's not just one particular player that is fumbling here. I mean, everyone is kind of getting involved with it. And, if you take away the first quarter of each game, you're undefeated right now. I mean, you have 3 quarters where you're able to get this thing going, but that first quarter has just been so problematic this season.
That's also why sports psychology is such a big thing these days, dealing with kids that when the lights come on, sometimes the lights go off. Or when the lights come on, the nerves and everything just kind of eat them up at first until they get comfortable. And, we've tried everything. Like, I can't tell you how many things we've changed throughout the last few years to try to mimic a game and the way we started practice, the way we came out and did what we did first at practice to kind of get them. I mean, we in the middle of practice, we've sent them in almost like a halftime and brought them back out and gone straight to team. We've started practice in the weight room, warmed up, gone back in, almost like a pregame, and come back out and go right to team. Like, we've tried everything, you can imagine to try to mimic, which is it's undoable. Like, you can't mimic a Friday night with the lights on and the crowd and the band and fans and how loud it is. You can't mimic it. But, I mean, you can try everything else possible. Make it as simple as possible coming out, practice the first few plays of the game just to get them comfortable doing that no matter what. We've tried everything. And, again, we're making mistakes that, it's not like we don't preach and work ball security. We fumbled more this year than we have my previous 5 years here already. So, I mean, it's not like we don't preach all this, teach it, talk it. We just got to figure out a way to get these kids comfortable, from the get-go. And then, that we're trying everything you can imagine, and we're going to continue to try it until we finally crack that code and figure out how to settle them in as quick as possible.
Do you worry that there's a false sense of security when you do fumble the ball 4 times in the first quarter and you're up 7-0 and then you go in 24-0 at the half, to understand that y'all did this against a Woodlawn team? You do that against some of these teams in this district, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah, and that was told to them. I reiterated, like, you play somebody that's really good, they're going to bury us. Let's take Tanner Kerner, for instance. How often does he really fumble? So, he fumbles. So you talk about that false sense of security or worry. The next time they punt to him, you see he lets that punt hit the ground. Well, at that point, I'm thinking, all right, come here. Dude, relax. You're a freaking stud for us. You're a freaking big-time player for us. You catch that ball because that's why you're back there and you're so electric with that ball. I said, I know why you let it hit. Forget the fumble. Nobody cares. We're moving on. Take your lick like a man and let's move on. And I saw it in his eyes. You could tell he was like, yeah, he's right. All right, I'm good. And then later in the game, when we went back to Enzo, who had fumbled earlier, a lot of that too was, Tanner, you are a big-time part of this. This game is over. Let's let Enzo continue to work through his woes. We know what you can do. You're our starter. You're our guy. Relax. We can't risk losing you in a game like this where we can get Enzo right, because we need Enzo in this mix as well. So that was the conversation on Friday night, and trying to get those guys over. Like, you make mistakes, it's human nature. Who cares? Play the next play. Let's move on. And, Tanner was the perfect example of that talk that we had. Like, dude, you do what you do. Nobody cares. Let's move on.
And I like that you brought up Enzo Landry there, because I had him in my notes here. When he came in the game, you just saw an extra little spark from him and what he can do down the road for this team to kind of give Brenton Paul and some of those other guys a little bit of break to come in there with some fresh legs. He's going to be a big part of this thing down the road, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, we look at Enzo as a 1C. We got 1A, 1B, and 1C. We got 3 dudes that are electric with that football that are 5A running backs, Enzo being one of them. We just had to work through his mistakes and his fumble issues early on. We all know in athletics, man, when you close one door, you open the door for another. And if Tanner Kerner and Brenton Paul blow up, we were using Brenton Paul as a receiver a lot early on, and we've had to move him back to the backfield because those guys have fumbled or made some mistakes. But we have 3 running backs in the stable that we're going to use, and they're all part of the game plan because they can all do different things. They're all electric. And we just got to continue to work through those woes and get them all comfortable, because they got to be a part of it. And of course, that's hard to do because, they don't, just because they're not the first one out, they don't look at themselves as a starter. Well, in our eyes as coaches, a 1C is a starter. Like, you are a big part of the game plan. You are a starter for us. You're not a 2 that has to come in off the bench because of an injury or because of a really big mistake, from a different position group. You are literally in the game plan as a dude, so you are a starter for us. So, sometimes we have to work through that with their psyche and their mindset, which I completely get because we're all competitors and we're teaching these kids to be competitors. To have those three guys in the stable, I mean, look, we're in a really good spot. Our O-line's playing really electric right now. So those guys behind them, it can be really scary keeping them fresh and rolling. So we're in a good spot right now.
As we switch to the defensive side for the Yellow Jackets, obviously anytime you shut a team out, you have done something there. And I know your defensive line is something that you've been looking for a little extra from them. How do you feel they fared last week against Woodlawn?
Yeah, I thought they played better. I mean, they're still not playing up to what they're capable of, that they've shown us before in the past. They're not taking over games, even though they did play a lot better. And again, them playing better, we shut a team out who had beat freaking Walker and came back against Walker and beat them the week before. So, I mean, it was not a slouch team we played by any means. They got to continue to freaking get better and understand, you guys got to, Central's D-line that won the state championship, they took over games. We think that our guys are the same type players. They just got to prove it and haven't done it yet. But did play better, and you see what happens when they play better. We shut a team out.
We saw a couple of guys like Caden Schutz come in and step up on the defensive line. He went at nose guard a few times. Then you got Drayden Goldman coming in as well, just a sophomore for this defense. Talk about what those two guys were able to do last week.
Yeah, Schutz is a kid that's bounced around for us. That's got we knew that he was going to factor in eventually. He's a guy that started at D lineman. Had he stayed with D line, he'd been really good. But like some of these kids, they want to lose a little weight. They want to get pretty for the girls. And he lost a little weight, wanted to move to linebacker, and had lost time at linebacker and never could really catch up to those guys in front of him. So now you have you lose a kid or two on the D line, you got to move him back. And now he's an undersized D lineman, but he knows how to play it, and his high motor will make up for his size. So he's a kid that he's waited his time, he's paid his dues, he's had some tough moments and grappled with it, understandably, because he's a competitor that wants to play. But I mean, you open up a door, you got to go through it. And right now, this kid's going through it, and he's going to prove that he can play D-line, and he's going to do it every week and gives us an energy and a high motor that, again, undersized O-linemen can do, that they can play this level. They can play at this level as long as they don't make mistakes and fly around and just keep running, because that's big O-linemen don't like that type of player, and that's what I'm excited to see Caden bring to us.
Want to give a little credit to Woodlawn here. We talked about the turnover that they go through, and you saw some of that kind of show its face last week, just some disorganizations there. But, credit to them. They fought hard in a game that kind of got away from them towards the end. But it's not always easy to do that. And I just wanted to, not the numbers that you had, but they were putting guys both ways, and some injuries started to hit them a little bit. They had a lot of different guys moving around, and just thought that they did a great job of holding themselves together in a tough game.
Yeah, it's a different program than when I was there. It's been 11, 12 years now since I was there, so a lot of things have changed. But Woodlawn's on the brink of blowing up because of St. George and everything they got going on. You just got to weather this storm, and you got to continue to fight the fight that's got to be fought at Woodlawn. And they got you can see they got some horses in the stable. They got some kids that can play. They got some good-looking, long, rangy kids. They got some bigs up front. Those guys have just got to keep fighting it and put together a staff that can handle it. And quite frankly, you got to get the job done. And, I'm pulling for those guys because I always have had a little spot for Woodlawn since it brought me to this area and got me to where I'm at now. And I wish them the best. Now, I was never comfortable even being up because of what they had done to Walker until we got kind of late where you saw it was definitely unraveling. But, I mean, they made the comeback the week before. So, I mean, there's something to them. They've just got to keep it on the tracks and keep getting better.
Absolutely. All right, so 33-0 the win for the Yellow Jackets. That improves the Yellow Jackets to 2-1 on the season. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we look to the East Ascension Spartans, district opener for the Yellow Jackets. We are back after this on the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denim Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denim Springs clinic located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson, State Farm Insurance, Performance Collision Center, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is Denim Springs at East Ascension, district opener for both teams from Spartan Stadium. I'm Josh Ward. We continue our conversation with Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Both teams also coming into this contest 2-1 on the season. Coach Brock Mathern enters his second season at East Ascension, and I know when you spoke with him last year, it was kind of your first meeting with him. You walked away impressed by the questions that he had and things that he asked from you, and as he enters his second season, it looks like his team and his guys are buying into the messaging that he's been giving them.
Yeah, it's put together a heck of a staff. We got a couple guys from Turling's Catholic, brought Dennis Gaines from Cecilia. Has put together a really solid staff. And again, I think you've always had size and athleticism at EA that's very scary. So, you're just trying to figure out a way to create that perfect storm, which I believe is brewing right there. I mean, I think his personality is infectious, the way he goes about his business. He relates really well to these kids and gets them to freaking play at a high level. And again, he has surrounded himself with some really big-time coaches that know the game, that are doing some really good things that really make them scary. And I'm excited to see the growth from that guy because he and I have hit it off. I really like him, got a lot of respect for him, and love what he's doing. And he's doing it with some very pretty kids. So if they continue to build that thing, EA can be really, really scary. And we gotta strike fast and we got to strike hard early on to put them back in the corner and get them where we want them.
As we do look at the Spartans on defense, last week they shut out Sam Houston in the second half. They get a pick six to kind of secure that win from them as their offense was kind of stalling towards that second half. But defensively, each week they continue to pick up momentum. How do you see them defensively?
Yeah, they fly around. I mean, they're aggressive up front. I like some of the different things, the different looks they give. They can cause you problems really because they can match up size-wise in the trenches, and they got some athletes that on the back end that can lock you up. So they are able to do a lot of different things and give you fits. And again, they're long. So I mean, the typical EA team is going to have some athletes and going to be able to almost outman you. You've got to come up with really good game plans, and you've got to be able to put them in conflict. And that's our job to put them in spots. And again, like anything, we got to be able to jump up on somebody and not give them a ton of life to where we make them do things they don't want to do instead of we're having to do things we don't want to do. And you would rather just go ahead and get after it. And that's again with them defensively. We got to get them out of what they like to do, get them on their heels to where we could be a lot more aggressive in the box and get them moving side to side to where we can attack.
Yeah, and you have so many guys that you can use on offense. There's kind of the game plan in that to kind of get them tired, their eyes down in a sense, because you have so much movement you can do pre-snap.
Yeah, and again, man, if we could just not dig a hole, and I think as the game goes on, Denham Springs football gets better. You can see a lot of these other teams. Central made a couple plays down the stretch. I thought physically we got after them, and they were on the ropes, and they know how to win at this point. I think EA is another one that's going to be really scary, like Central, as far as you let them hang around, they got a chance to beat you because they may be more athletic than you. So we got to get their eyes going. We got to get them, like I said, moving side to side. Get some extra mileage on those legs. While we can tire them down, we can start striking where we're best right now, and that's running the football and dominating the line of scrimmage. But we struggle with that early on because we make mistakes and turn the ball over and get put in bad spots. And those guys are fresh at that point, so we got to get them uncomfortable, and we got to do that by striking fast.
As we look at the Spartans offensively, seems like quarterback Zaylen Smith is still trying to figure out some things there, maybe trying to get a grasp of this offense. And they go in spurts. At times their offense looks to be clicking, and at other times they seem to have a hard time going. How do you see them overall offensively?
Yeah, they're definitely stop and go right now, but that's also a testament to new coordinator, new offensive coaches, and you're only in week 4, so you're going to have a lot of that stop and go. You're going to have a lot of those mistakes right now as they continue to still grow with that guy and figure out exactly what he's trying to do and try to build and his personality. So you're still catching them kind of in a good spot before they really get it going. But they're athletic enough and they're big enough to be really scary offensively. The quarterback play, I know that kid's better than what he is. Again, he's learning a ton right now, but he can still beat you. He can still move it around. Like I said, he's got guys to throw to, guys to hand it off to that are good athletes that can take the top off. But again, they're really big up front. They're physical up front. They're physical in the box. And, sometimes you wonder how our kids are going to look at them and go, oh, wow, look how big these kids are. And how are they going to respond to that? And if we just play our game and get physical with them, let's find out if they can play physical for 48 minutes like we do and just not bury us and not dig a hole that we got to dig out of.
Looking at LSU commit Bryson Martinez, he makes the move to tight end this year, and they're using him in multiple ways, but what they're using him the most as is a lead blocker, and he just takes up so much space. How do you defend him?
Yeah, I love what they're doing with him. I actually told Brock that this week at the JV game. I said, man, I love what you've gone with your big tackle right there and moving him to tight end. And some of it is just a shock factor. I mean, you see some of these little corners and DBs out there. You see that big old body running full speed at him. It's just like, it almost scares them a little bit. Or puts them in shot. They don't know what to do. That's a big body coming at you, and we got to do a really good job communicating and switching off, and almost treating that at times as like crack blocks, but going out, and switching off responsibilities and let that guy get the corner. Safety's now got to fill off his butt because we don't expect our corner to take him on and win that block. So we got to get creative on how we make him miss. Again, he is blocking in space against a bigger or a smaller athletic kid. They got to make that big body miss, and our guys got to know that too. And you get out in that space, a corner should be able to make him miss. So we got to make him uncomfortable, even though he's really good at what they're using him as right now.
Coach, want to switch gears real quick and talk about something off the field. This week, LHSAA Commissioner Eddie Bonine took some heat from the state legislators, and there's a lot of conversations going on right now from the state capitol and the LHSAA. One legislator going as far as saying that he is going to recommend a new association. What do you make of all this? Obviously, a lot of this is stemming from U-High's situation last year with the playoffs, but what do you make of all this, and what are you hearing from your coaches around you?
All right, since you put it on a tee for me, I'm going to go ahead and say some things.
Well, that's exactly why I asked.
For one, it's 2025. U-High, take your licks like a man. You screwed it up. You made mistakes. You shouldn't have been in the playoffs. You should have been where you were. I do paperwork for the biggest school in the state, and I don't make those mistakes. So, I don't want to hear any excuses. Just because you're U-High and you got some prominent people there does not mean you can go after our association for making the mistakes that you made. Yeah, does it screw the kids over? But hell, do your job and don't screw it up. And that's what pisses me off about some of these schools that are high and mighty or think they're so big time because they got so-and-so and so-and-so attached to them. When you know what? You did wrong. You freaking learn your lesson. Your kids learn their lesson, and let's move on. Don't go attacking an association that did their job, that everything they put in place was by the principals. Because let me tell you, Eddie Bonine does a heck of a job. I love the guy. I think he's exactly what we needed when we needed him. And I think he has done a beautiful job executing this freaking LHSAA and going through the split and going through what these principals have given him the power to run. People forget it's not him. This is a principals organization that has put all these in play for this man to execute. And I tell you what, he does a great job. We just got 25 people that get pissy, that can't handle being told no, that can't handle being told they're wrong, and now they want to cause more problems. Now let's go to the next part of it. Politicians, you don't think we have more in this world to worry about or in this state to worry about than the LHSA, which is an amazing organization that is taking care of these schools and these kids by way of what the principals want in place. And we got you think you putting your nose in this because you're connected to somebody high and mighty, like you don't have anything better to do for our people in this state than worry about high school football, one of the best things we have going on in this state. People need to stay in their lane and be appreciative of what we've got and be appreciative of these people that we have in place and respect these principals that have put all of these rules in place for this man to freaking govern. And he's done a phenomenal job not taking sides. And let me tell you, Eddie's got kids. He had kids go to Catholic. He had kids go to these schools. But you know what? He has not taken sides. He has stood firm in what these principals have wanted. Whether he agrees or disagrees, he has supported them. And I'm tired of people going after him by doing an amazing job for us.
And that's what you call a hot take. All right, Coach, best of luck as always. Look forward to talking to you next week, and go Jackets.
Yeah, go Jackets. Mom, Dad, I know y'all are going to be watching, listening. Love y'all. Everything's great down here. Kids are good. We love you and miss you. Can't wait to get you here in a couple weeks.
That was head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Brett Beer. We're back for this time out on the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denim Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denim Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denim Springs with locations in Hammond and Amite.
If you're a small business owner in the Denim Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denim Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back in to the Spartan Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Yellow Jackets and the East Ascension Spartans from Spartan Stadium here in Gonzales, Louisiana. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington coming to you live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. As always, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Keeps you up to date on all things going on with DS Jacket Vision. We come to you on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com as well. All right, Mitch, some pregame notes here. District opener for these two teams. How important is it for Yellow Jackets to set the tone early in this one? We've talked about what's happened in the first quarter, the last few games, especially last week, 4 turnovers in the first quarter. You do that against the East Ascension team on the road, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, this East Ascension squad is going to be much tougher than what we faced last week, and maybe even at Hammond that first week. We can't, be careless with the football. In fact, not just turnover on the first drive last week, but the first 3 regular season games, Hammond, Central, and Woodlawn, we have turned the ball over on the first drive. We've got to be better in those situations. Got to make sure we protect the football. EA is a good squad. Both teams are somewhat evenly matched. I like Denham in the way we match up in this one, but if you go out and put the ball on the ground, if you turn it over 4 times in the first quarter this week, instead of being still up 7-0 at that point, we're probably be down about 14-0 if that's the case this week. So shore up the freebies to the other squad and make them earn what they get.
Let's go ahead and get the James Drugstore starting lineup, brought to you by James Drugstore, locally owned and operated, serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years, where old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. That's James Drugstore, Florida Boulevard, Denim Springs. Defensively for the Yellow Jackets, defensive end Devin Mack, nose guard Devin Cupid, defensive end Debo Scott, linebacker Jackson Sagan, Cedric Polk, Caden Allen, and Bryson Smith. Defensive backfield for the Yellow Jackets will be Jaden Washington, Trendon Matwire, Angel Morrow, and Quentin Clay. Offensively for the Yellow Jackets, it will be left tackle Nate Black, left guard Max Arsh, center Bryson McCabe, right guard Christian Ferguson, right tackle Angel Villagomez, wide receivers Brenton Paul and Sean Goldman, along with Trey Seals. In the backfield, Tanner Kerner, Hannah Ray, and the quarterback is John Goldman. And we are ready to get underway here from Spartan Stadium. Getting a little early kickoff here, Mitch. 5 minutes early. They always like those curveballs like that.
Always be here on time.
Oh, sorry about that.
Always be here on time. Don't show up late. You never know what's going to happen. And you're right. We got a little bit early kickoff here. It's 6:55, and EA has the ball teed up. Referees are looking around. We've already had our coin toss. Everything's ready to go. The Yellow Jackets going to be receiving to open the game.
Anthony Othman will kick it off for the Spartans. We are ready to get underway here. It is district opener, District 5-5A, Denim Springs 2-1, East Ascension 2-1. Othman has it teed up. He will step up, puts the boot into it, going for the onside kick to open this game. Ball is loose and on the field at midfield. We'll have to wait to see who got it.
I think we got in there. I think at the end of the day, I think we had Aiden Davis, number 15, got into the pile. It looked like EA was going to get it, but I thought Aiden Davis got to it, number 15 for the Jackets, but a guy for EA is holding the football. They went with a little stampede kick right down the middle, squibbed it right up the center, and then they try to outnumber you at the point of attack with it. Referees are discussing. They haven't signaled one way or the other.
Well, let's go ahead and just clear out the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977 at Sporting Center. They've got everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and the terrific staff at Sporting Center. That's 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Okay, so they figure it out, Mitch. They give it to the Yellow Jackets.
Where they marked it, I think they're saying EA maybe touched it before the 50 because they marked it right on the 49, which means maybe East Ascension touched the ball before it got 10 yards.
All right,
so the Yellow Jackets with great field position.
Yes.
You're starting at basically the EA 49 here to start the game.
Well, this is something that you're starting on their side of the field now, and you've got an opportunity here to get this offense clicking. It will be 1st and 10 for Denim Springs. It will be at the EA 49-yard line. It will be a shotgun formation for John Goldman. As Hayden Ray in the backfield, will hand it off to Ray. Ray trying to go off the left side, going to be hit around the line of scrimmage, picks up about a yard, if that. Think he'll get to the EA 48.
It's going to be hard identifying the East Ascension defenders. They don't line up traditionally at all. They've got about 6 or 7 defensive backs. They got their 4 down linemen, and then the defensive backs can play linebacker, safety, cornerback. They move them all around, and then one play they'll be at safety, one play at defensive end. You never know where they'll line up.
Second down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets, EA 48-yard line.
And you look at them bounce around. They're all of them about 4 yards off the line of scrimmage right now.
Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap, going to keep it himself, goes forward, gets to the 45, stays on his feet. He gets to the 40, will be brought down about the EA 39. We'll see if it's enough for a first down, waiting for the signal,
sir.
And it is. That's our first Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Remember, Big Mike's is children-friendly with great food, and they are locally owned by new Hall of Fame member Big Mike O'Neill. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. First down, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, the way they move everybody around defensively, they try to confuse the offensive line, make it hard for them, but if you just know your gap control, if you know your assignment, where you're stepping to, eventually you'll run into a blue jersey.
Going to be 1st and 10, EA 39. Goldman going to roll, going to throw it downfield, has the twin at the 25, shakes a tackler, gets to the 15-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down, but it will be another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's.
A really good catch there by Sean Goldman. Jean was rolling to his right. Sean curled up on the inside, and as Jean threw the ball away from an inside linebacker trying to flow and get his hands on it, it threw it behind Sean a little bit. He reached back with both hands, snagged it, and then turned upfield and picked up about an extra 10 yards after the catch.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. East Ascension 17-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun. Kerner in the backfield. 3 receivers to the far sideline. Here's the snap. Quick throw to Hayden Ray. Hayden's got it at the 10. Fighting for extra yards as he will get down to about the 5-yard line. Will be first down for the Yellow Jackets. So wait, do we have a flag? What are we waiting for here?
They're just stopping it to set up the chains
there
for a
go.
first down.
Okay, yep. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill, Jackets first down. Big Mike's open late after the Denham Springs football games. Check them out. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Going to be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets. This is the fast start we've been looking for, Mitch.
1st and goal at the 6. Right now, we haven't brought in our jumbo package, which hasn't been so successful for us, so we're kind of keeping our regular personnel on the field right now.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Goldman will get it, runs towards the goal line, and he is going to be in, but there is a flag on the play. Mitch believes it's going to be a holding call.
Yeah, I saw it. There was a hole on the inside of the line, like a hole for the court for Goldman to run through, but that hole was created because we had a holding. The referee threw the flag right there. That's going to back us up to 1st and goal at the 16. He was running behind his receivers on the right side. They did a good job. It was someone on the interior of the line trying to check and see possibly who it might have been. I think on the right side of our line, I think that may have been Max Arce, perhaps. He's on the left side now. I'm looking at him line up right there. So maybe Christian Ferguson, our right guard, maybe got called for the holding. Just tough break right there, but I kind of saw the arms around the outside of the shoulder pads for EA, and referee saw it as well.
Well, you called it immediately, so it will be 1st and goal from the 16-yard line now for the Yellow Jackets. Goldman from the shotgun. Here is the snap. We'll hand it off to Kerner. Kerner coming to the near sideline. Will be tackled shy of the 10. We'll call it the EA 12.
Jackets do have EA on their heels right now. You know, they took a gamble on opening kickoff, tried to steal a possession, onside kick, and looks like they touched it slightly before it went 10 yards, so we get possession near midfield. We've got 3 quick first downs, and right now in scoring position, but the holding penalty put us behind the chains, but still a couple downs to pick it up.
9:05 left here, opening quarter, opening drive for the Yellow Jackets in this district opener for these two teams. It'll be Goldman out of the shotgun on 2nd and goal from the 13. Going to get it, rolls to his left, looking to throw, fires it. He has got Britton Paul at the goal line, and Paul is going to be in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Britton Paul, 13 yards, in for the score.
That was a good read by Jean Goldman. We had 3 receivers on the left side as they dropped in, went out on their pass routes. All the EA defenders dropped back near the goal line, and Britton Paul, was that right, or Trace Hills? Who was it? Was it Britton Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, Britton Paul was just hanging out right there near the sidelines, about 5-6 yards downfield. Jean got it to him quickly, and he turned upfield and found the end zone.
Dylan Johnson will be the holder. Bravo's extra point will be through the uprights, and it is good. 8:50 left here in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets strike first. They lead at 7-0. We're back after this. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98.
And the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better.
So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aspen Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets football. It is 7-0 Yellow Jackets with the lead. They strike on the opening drive of the district opener here from Spartan Stadium. That brings us to our first Brittany Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brittany Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. And Mitch will get that for us right after this Jonathan Bravo kickoff from the 40-yard line. Here is the kick, end over end. will be fielded at the 20-yard line to the 25 to the 30, coming towards the middle of the field. Will be tackled shy of the 35, probably about his own 33. All right, Mitch, go ahead and hit us with the scoring drive.
Had a 49-yard scoring drive, 3 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. John Goldman to Brenton Paul for a 13-yard touchdown pass, and the Yellow Jackets take a quick 7-0 lead with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
That is your Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. All right, Mitch, let's get this defense out on the field. Let's go for 3 and out here.
Well, the challenge for our defense is going to be EA in the past have a lot of big guys and a really strong inside power running game. Well, this year they spread you out a little bit more. They get more diverse, a little bit more passing, a little bit more outside running. Kind of keeps you on the heels a little bit.
Here is first play from the 32-yard line. It is going to be Zaylon Smith getting it 2.
They're going really fast, so stay
Blackburn,
alert. Yeah, they got no huddle set up. Maybe a trick play here. 5 players all out far left.
5 receivers on the near sideline here. Will be Smith out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 9 from the 33.
Receiver moved early.
Flag on the play.
We didn't get to the keys of the game, right? So
we
had
sure
the
did.
early 5-minute kickoff right there was early. And so the keys were offensively, we want to make sure we take away the turnovers that, keep away from those. Obviously, we've had trouble, I said, on the first 3 drives of every regular season game of turnover. Well, this one, first drive was a touchdown. Defensively, we got to be strong up front. Our linebackers and our defensive line, make sure we can control this EA running game. They still want to run the ball a good bit, but it's a lot more spread out than it used to be.
On 2nd and 14 after the penalty, Smith will hand it off to Blackburn, who will go up the middle, and he will get to his own 39-yard line. C.J. Blackburn, one of the strong runners here for this East Ascension Spartan team. You should hear his number a lot tonight.
Also, you're going to hear the name Bryson Martinez. That's an LSU signing that used to be a lineman, but they've split him out at tight end, a kind of fullback. Look at him right now, split up top at wide receiver on the EA sideline. That's a big old boy. I think LSU still wants him on the offensive line, but he's going to play all over, kind of like Hayden Ray does for us.
3rd and 4 from their own 38-yard line. Here is a handoff. It will be to Blackburn again, who will be stood up and brought down at the 40-yard line. Will be 4th down now for the Spartans with 7:30 left here in the first quarter, trailing Denham Springs 7-0.
And I mentioned Martinez because on that good, successful 2nd down run for him, he motioned in and acted like a fullback and was helped leading the way. But on the 3rd and short, the Jacket defense was right there, ready to make a stop, and out comes the EA punting unit.
Anthony Othman will come in to punt it away. It will be Tanner Kerner back about his own 25-yard line to receive on 4th and 2 from their own 40-yard line for the Spartans. Here is the snap. Punt is away. Kerner going back. Will get it at the 26-yard line. Gets to the 30, 35. Flag comes out. He's at the 40. Stood up at the 45, rather, but we do have a flag on the play. This one coming back, Mitch.
Yep, we're going to have not good field position here. Look like Trendon McGuire is going to get called for blocking the back right as Brenton Paul was receiving it right there in front of the referee. So, look, probably back it up to inside the Jacket 20 to start this drive.
All right, going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs 7, East Ascension 0. 6:47 left here in the first quarter. After the penalty on the kickoff, it will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their own 20-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap, will hand it off in the backfield. That is going to be Brenton Paul, gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
What has been successful for the Jackets so far, we've handled the way EA is going to mix those looks up on our defensive front so far, just a drive in one play. But when we've run the football, we've had good success picking up 4 or 5 yards. So that's a good sign right now that we're able to pick up the running yards needed.
2nd down and 4 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 26. Here is Goldman. Will hand it off again to Brenton Paul, but he will be hit immediately for no gain.
Looked like Goldman had a chance to read that. He's trying to watch that backside end. If the backside end was hanging looking at him, he hands it off to Brenton Paul, or he has a chance to keep it if the backside end crashes. And we went ahead and gave it to Brenton Paul, and we didn't have much going on the left side of the line. So playing 3rd and 5.
We got a timeout
water
on
break.
the field.
Yep.
Oh, that is our first Water Tree of Denim Springs hydration break. Brought to you by the Water Tree, water that simply makes you feel good. That is Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break. We are back for this time out. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denim Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break is complete. Going to be 3rd and 5 now for the Yellow Jackets. Their own 25-yard line. Goldman gets a snap. Dances around, has plenty of time. Will fire it now. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver on the far sideline Matthew Duvall. Yep.
Goldman did a good job of just staying in the pocket. We had great protection on the offensive line. The initial routes he was looking for wasn't open, and he just kind of drifted there and bought time and looked like he had a chance maybe to run it if he wanted to get there. But then when he made the throw, he just misfired. Duvall was sitting there open for a first down. All the EA defenders had dropped farther back downfield. Just a misfire right there.
Yellow Jackets will have to send out the punt team. It will be Luke Wilson to punt it away. It is Merriweather back to receive. Here is the punt. Merriweather will let it roll past him at the 35 to the 30. The 25 still rolling, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 21-yard line after this quick timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denim Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. It will be from their own 21-yard line. It will be Zaylen Smith from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He will hand it off to Urson. Urson going off the right side and will get to the 31-yard line.
You know, last week after the game, we saw Luke Wilson out on the field working on his punt, and he only got 1 punt in the game last week. He's like, I need more reps. I need to keep fresh. Well, it paid off because that was a 55-yard punt with no return. A little bit of contact at the end after he punted it, but when you give a half roll like he does on his rugby kick, if you get bumped, you don't get a flag for that.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. It'll be from the 32-yard line. Going right up the middle is going to be McCarthy, and McCarthy will get to the 45.
Tell you what, he almost broke through 2 tackles and took that to the house for a touchdown, but a good tackle by Jaden Washington at the end of that play because he was sprinting through the interior of the offensive line and looked like he's trying to get through 2 safeties, but made a good play by Washington.
Another quick first down for the Spartans, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. It is going to be quarterback keeper by Zaylen Smith, and he is going to be wrapped up and brought down for a loss on the play, or they'll give him the original line of scrimmage. We'll see. So Coach Beard talked about Zaylen Smith learning this new offense and their new offensive coordinator for East Ascension. Get that name for you here in just a moment. Smith out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10 from his own 45-yard line. Has McCarty in the backfield with him. Waits the snap. He will get it. Fakes the handoff. Drops back. Has pressure coming. Hit as he throws. And it is going to be incomplete at the Yellow Jacket 15-yard line. Intended receiver was Jaden Urson. And it is 3rd down for the Spartans.
EA tried to take a shot downfield. The Central game, we got beat on 4 deep balls downfield. Quentin Clay that was there close on coverage. The receiver maybe had 1 small step on him, but if the throw was on line, I think Quentin Clay was close enough to try and make a play to break it up. But, of course, the throw was a little bit too long and too much to the middle of the field. So they take that shot on 2nd and 10. The incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and long, so a good chance for the Jacket defense to try and make another stand right here.
Going to be 3rd and 10. Their own 45-yard line now for the Spartans. Smith from the shotgun. Here is the snap. He drops back, has time to throw it. He does. It is caught at the Yellow Jacket 41, getting to the 40, brought down about the 35-yard line. On the reception will be Urson for the Spartans.
Yeah, that was good routes there by EA. They had one receiver, two receivers on this left side of the field, plus the tight end Martinez. And two receivers looked like they were going deep, but then the inside receiver planted, run a dig route across the middle of the field at about 12, 13 yards. Found a hole in the inside of the Yellow Jacket defense and a good throw and catch.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. It will be the Yellow Jacket 36-yard line. Smith rolls, throws towards the end zone. It is going to be
out of bounds.
Caught out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And it brings up 2nd down now for the Spartans. Intended receiver that time, was that Merriweather? Oh, I'm sorry, no, that is new receiver for us. That is going to be Michaela and Austin.
Yeah, Zaylen Smith, the quarterback, was rolling to his right, trying to buy some time. Austin had gotten behind the defense for a moment, but Angel Moreau caught up with him, and that throw had to bring him out of bounds. If they kept it in bounds, Angel Moreau was there, maybe to try and make a chance for a interception.
2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 36-yard line. Smith, shotgun, hands it off in the backfield. That is going to be to Blackburn. Goes up the middle, and he'll be tackled around the Yellow Jacket 25-yard line. Looks like it'll be closer to the 27.
And that can be a concern as the game goes along. If EA is able to take shots downfield on 1st down and come up empty, but if they can run on 2nd down and pick up 9 yards, that's going to put us in a tough spot all night because they're getting what they want right now on this drive in the run game.
Going to be 3rd and 1 from the Yellow Jacket 27-yard line. Here is Smith. Nope, that is going to be Urson on the carry as he goes off to the far sideline, and he's going to go out of bounds, but it should be enough for a Spartan 1st down. And it is. That will move the sticks.
Yeah, but that just shows a little bit, like I said, a little bit more diverse than it used to be. It used to be kind of I formation, running right at you, but now they're running wide. They're taking shots downfield. They're running inside. They're a little bit more diverse, and it keeps you a little more balanced on the defensive side.
1st and 10, Spartans, Yellow Jacket 24. Smith, shotgun, hands it off in the backfield to Blackburn, who will find a little bit of space and will be tackled shy of the 15 to the Yellow Jacket 17-yard line.
Yeah, another successful run play there for East Ascension. As long as they're running and picking up 6, 7, 8 yards of play on the ground, they're going to keep with it.
2nd down and 4. Smith will look in and check to the sideline. It is C.J. Blackburn in the backfield with him. 2:28 left here in this first quarter. Yellow Jacket 7, East Ascension 0. Here is the handoff. Finds some space, gets to the 15, be brought down about the Yellow Jacket 10-yard line. Will be 1st down for the Spartans.
And East Ascension does have some big boys up front. Them guys up front do a pretty good job. Everywhere, Javen Matthews, a guard, Devin Ullman, center, LaDavian Crisp, the junior. Those guys on the inside, they've got some beef, and they can try to create a little running room, and they have so far right this quarter.
Keeps the clock running as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Zaylen Smith from the shotgun. EA slowing this down a little bit now. So it is going to be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of Denim Springs. Here is in the backfield. It is on the turf. It is going to go out of bounds. So we got lost there. Let's see. That time was McCarty unable to haul that one in.
Well, sometimes you get a little bit too smart for your own good. And they've tried a little option, speed option going on outside. Then the pitch relationship wasn't there with the tailback and bounced off the hands or maybe even the face mask, and a big loss. So not only was it a fumble, but you lose the down and the yard. So 2nd and 19.
Yep, makes it 2nd and 19 back at the Yellow Jacket 21-yard line now for East Ascension. Smith from the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, taking a shot towards the end zone, looking for Martinez. Martinez goes up, and it is incomplete. Nice play right there by Jaden Washington, defending the big tight end Bryson Martinez.
Great coverage by Washington because Martinez isn't going to outrun you, but he's a big boy. We mentioned it a while ago. He's an LSU commit pretty much for an offensive lineman, and he played offensive line for EA for 3 years. We've been talking about him on the broadcast a lot. Well, this year they've got him at tight end, and they split him out wide, so he's got a lot of size on Jaden Washington, but he went up and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd and 19 from the Yellow Jacket 21-yard line, Smith will get it out of the shotgun, will throw it. It is going to be to Merriweather. Merriweather at the 10, the 5, and he is going to be brought down shy of the 5. Check that. He'll be at the Yellow Jacket 7-yard line.
All right. EA got enough yards there to make the coaches think right here. Do they want to go ahead and take the field goal, or are they going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down, looking at 4th and 6 from the 8-yard line. They're going to take a shot at it. They got close enough that they feel they're going to give it a go, 4th down.
As the clock runs with 40 seconds left here in this first quarter, it will be 4th down and 6 for the Spartans. They can pick up a first down. 4th and 6, Yellow Jacket 8-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Smith from the shotgun. We'll send a man in motion. That is Merriweather.
Reverse.
Here is a snap. Going to be a reverse, and it is going to be a pass now. It is incomplete. So they try to hit the reverse there to Joseph Gotro. It'll be a turnover on downs. It will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after we take this quick timeout. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Mashan and Associates General Contractors, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. It will be 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Here is Brenton Paul in the backfield.
That was Kerner.
Kerner. Okay, my bad.
But, hey, talk about that 4th down play real quick before we end the quarter. They had it set up nicely, a reverse pass, almost that Philly special, going to throw it back to the quarterbacks, went out to the other side. But Caden Schutz got through the offensive line, and he was there on the reverse so quickly, the receiver had to throw the ball so fast, wasn't able to complete the pass. So a great job by Caden Schutz to break that up.
First quarter is now in the books here from Spartan Stadium. It is Denim Springs 7, East Ascension 0. Second quarter coming up after this timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets football. It is on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Great to have you along with us. It is on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Start of the second quarter coming up. It is going to be, should be second down, huh, Mitch?
Yes, it's going to be second down here.
Second down for the Yellow Jackets. They are second and 10 from their own 8. Here is Hayden Ray, and he will get to the 9-yard line.
You know, after we made that defensive stand right there and held them out the end zone, he did a great job driving down the field. The fumble on the option pitch put them behind the sticks, and they weren't able to convert. We'd love for the offense, get at least one first down. Right now we're sitting on our own 8-yard line. Maybe the ball's the 8-9-yard line at the moment. If we can pick up this first down, get a little breathing room and not be backed up in our own end zone and having to punt, that'd be really huge. The defense did a great job, but we're pinned way back right now. Need a big third down play.
Pretty quick first quarter there for these two teams. I feel like we just got, well, we got started 5 minutes early too. Third down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 9-yard line. Here is Goldman, has time, rolls, will throw it now. It is going to be incomplete on the far sideline. Intended receiver, I believe that was Trey Seals that time.
Not sure that was going to be enough for a first down anyway because he was right by the sideline. If he could have caught it and ran with it a little bit, but the throw was kind of bringing him to the sideline and out of bounds. Even with the catch there, might have been facing fourth down anyway. So he had a great job on the punt last time, got a 55-yard net. We would really love to get another 55-yard net on this one.
Luke Wilson will come in to punt it away on 4th and 9 from their own 9-yard line. From the end zone, he will get the snap. Here is the punt. Merriweather looking to let it hit the turf, and it will hit at the 40 and will roll to the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans with 10:56 left here in the second quarter after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denim Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They will start this drive from the Denim Springs 45-yard line. Smith from the shotgun. Low snap. He's able to hold on to it. Looking to take a shot downfield. It is going to be incomplete at the 5-yard line. Intended receiver was Urson. And Yellow Jackets again showing some good play in that defensive backfield, which is one of the things that you said is which Covington's keys to the game.
Well, give the secondary a lot of credit right now. Like I said, Central hit us with a lot of deep balls. You can tell EA came to this game wanting to test the secondary. That's the 3rd deep ball I think we've seen thrown downfield at us. Jaden Washington right there with another pass breakup. That's 2 in just a quarter and a minute.
Going to be 2nd and 10 now. It is going to be Smith, quarterback keeper, gets to the Yellow Jacket 40, the 35, the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Zaylen Smith, 45-yard touchdown. Spartans on the board.
Yep, and you could see that coming a little bit on that last drive. EA was starting to find some room in the running game. That right there, a little play fake with the running back. Quarterback keeps it. Working back on the backside of the Yellow Jacket defense and found a seam and hit it and was able to sprint through untouched pretty much for the 45-yard touchdown.
It will be...
It's going to be still the same kicker.
Same kicker. Yep, it'll be Anthony Ultimate, who will come in to attempt the extra point.
Jackets got to line up in guard, swinging gate situations, got everybody spread all around, make sure we got personnel neat spot. And then they're going for it.
All right, so Smith will... Wait to line it up here. And this formation is going to take the direct snap. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Somebody did this last year against us. Do you remember? I can't remember who it was.
Right now, but the little number 4, who I think got up in there and was kind of barking out the plays, but he started way before the ball. I say way before, about a step before the ball was snapped. A little count early. Now you would assume they'd bring on the field goal kicker and try, which actually we had to play there. Cedric Polk was going to swallow him up for no gain, and kind of wish we had that play back.
Smith is the holder. Othman is coming on to attempt the extra point to tie this one up with 10:33. And Yellow Jackets, looks like Yellow Jackets will jump this time.
You know, I've seen this for so many years now. Catholic High used to always do it really well, and other teams have. You get in a stance as a field goal unit, put your hands on your knees, then you get a hard count, and everybody puts their hand on the ground, and then the defense jumps and moves because you see that when they put the hands on the knees, you think they're ready, and then everybody snaps their hand on the ground, and it jumps off sides. You would think you might see those kind of things on film, though, and work on that during the week and not give up the free yards.
All right, so it'll be back at the 3-yard line. It will be ultimate to attempt the extra point. Here's a snap. Yellow Jackets show some pressure, but extra point is through the uprights, and it is good. 10:33 left here in the first half. We are tied up at 7 apiece, and we are back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denim Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
East Ascension 7, Denim Springs 7 from Spartan Stadium. It will be East Ascension kicking off to the Yellow Jackets now. Here is the kick, end over end. It is going to be fielded by the Yellow Jackets at the 20-yard line to the 25, still on his feet at the 30, the 35. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds on the far sideline.
And that was Matthew Duvall on the return right there. Good return, get the Jackets up to about the 40.
Good starting position there, no doubt, for the Yellow Jackets.
Tell you what, watching right now for a couple of possessions into it, this might be a game that the Yellow Jacket offense is going to have to do a job and put up some points on the board. EA's finding some room in the run game right now, and we have an explosive offense. We feel we can score some points. This game may end up being another 28-26 type game, maybe a 35-33 type game, something like that. So let's just keep it moving on the offensive side of the ball.
So it will be the 38-yard line for the Yellow Jackets to start this drive. It is Goldman from the shotgun, going to keep it himself, gets to the 40, spins around, and we'll get to the 45-yard line. Nice first down run right there by John Goldman.
It really is, and it's just kind of funny watching EA. You just don't see that a whole lot. Like, they'll take all 4 front defensive linemen and stand back another 4 yards off the ball and try to move around before it snapped and confuse the offensive line. The Yellow Jacket offensive line did a good job picking it up. Now, was this a dead ball flag?
I'm trying to find the I'm trying to look for the white hat
over there on their
side.
sideline. Yeah. I'm just wondering if it was during the play or is it going to be a dead ball flag? What? It was looks like he may have called holding somewhere. Official all the way back, who normally that guy out there is calling pass interference or something. He's 20 yards away from the ball, standing on the sideline. But if he sees it, he's supposed to throw a flag. So it wasn't a dead ball, so it's going to be 1st and 20. Looks like.
Yep. Well, back the Yellow Jackets back up to their own 28-yard line. Here is Goldman going to pick the handoff to Kerner, keeps it himself again, gets to the 35-yard line.
Got a pretty good chunk of it back right there. Going to be playing about 2nd and 11.
9:55 left here in this first half. We are tied up at 7 apiece. District 5-5A opener for the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans. And you knew this had the potential to be a tight one, Mitch, and it has lived up to that so far. I mean, that first quarter flew by, and here we are rolling into the second quarter. Going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Their own 36-yard line. Goldman looking to throw quickly is going to be almost intercepted. Brenton Paul and Goldman not on the same page there, and Yellow Jackets lucky that one wasn't picked off, and Spartans would be in the end zone.
The receiver was playing off, so it looked like John Goldman was expecting Brenton Paul to run a stop route. Brenton Paul kept running a go route. And at the end of the day, we're lucky that the EA defender wasn't able to come up with it there. Dontrell Smith, number 8, wasn't able to hold on to it. But I think that was a good read because they were playing off. We probably could have got about 6-7 yards if Paul would have ran the stick route.
3rd and 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Goldman out of the shotgun, rolls to his right. Looking to throw. He gets it to Hayden Ray. Ray at the 40, the 45, and we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Looks like it is going to be around the 45-yard line, which would make it short.
4th and 2, 4th and 1.
We'll make it short of the first down. I think 4th and 2 will be the call, Mitch.
All right. Coach Bear going with the punt team right here.
We'll send Luke Wilson out on 4th and 2 from their own 46-yard line. Aiden Ray just unable to. He had a little space over there.
Several times as Goldman's bought a little time to throw, all the A defenders drop back, and we have somebody sitting near the sideline that's got a chance to catch the ball and run with it a little bit. And that might help out as the game moves forward. DA called a timeout. We shifted guys around, and they weren't ready.
East Ascension will take their first timeout of the half. We will take it with them as well. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
4th and 2 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 46-yard line. They will have Luke Wilson to punt it away. Merriweather stands back at his own 25-yard line. Here's the snap, and play is whistled before, and then Luke Wilson is brought to the turf. Yellow Jacket fans
we did a
not
lot
liking
of
that
shifting.
one.
I would really love for it to be EA moving and getting off sides. That'd give us a first down. Now, I'm not saying that's what it was, but they called something dead ball before the snap. Maybe it's one of our guys.
Wait, let's see what the call is here.
His false start on us. That's what they called.
Yellow Jacket fans here wanting a personal foul as the play had been whistled dead, and they bring Luke Wilson to the turf. So we'll let that one slide, as they say. We won't, but
Luke,
the officials did.
I'll admit, Luke didn't stop running. He was still running with the ball. It wasn't like he was just standing there and got tackled. He was running with the ball and a guy tackled him, but it was several seconds after the whistle.
All right, so Luke Wilson will back it up. It'll be 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets. Make it 4th and 7. We'll get the punt off. He will be hit this time, and he is on the turf. Ball is going to be fielded at the 27-yard line.
Everybody's going to complain, but I mentioned it earlier. We do a little rugby kick. It's not like a quarterback in the pocket. If you roll out and take a couple steps, you're no longer protected. So even though he got hit right after the punt, there's not going to be a flag on it.
All right, we're going to get this one sorted out here. No flag against the Spartans. It'll be 1st and 10 for EA with 8:58 left here in the second quarter. Now they'll throw the flag.
They are throwing it.
All right, we're going to take a timeout here while they get this all.
Stay here. They dropped the flag.
First, so if they drop the flag, does that give us the 15-yard penalty? Yep, good job. Thank you.
Well, if he may have only taken about one step with it. I know if you're running and you're not like almost like a quarterback sitting in a pocket and punting, you start moving. I guess probably outside the tackle box might be the rule. He only took 1-2 quick steps, and so he got hammered after he punted it, and they did call after discussing it. They took a while to talk about it.
That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Cater your next party at Big Mike's. That is Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. All right, so it will be 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. They will keep possession by way of penalty, which we'll take. So they will mark this one.
I'll be quite honest, I know the exact rule was probably a tackle box kind of thing. And we are only taking like 1-2 quick steps and kicking it, so we would still be within the tackle box. I know normally if you like roll out and then punt, you're not protected anymore because you became a runner,
We'll be watching your phone. Mr. Robert Graves will give us the update on that here pretty shortly. Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 now from the Spartan 43-yard line after the penalty.
See if we can make it hurt right here. So we got the 1st down after the roughing the punter. We have the ball across midfield in EA territory. We've had some guys open in the passing game. We hit them early on the first drive and then just quite misconnected on the second drive. Maybe we get back to it and find some open receivers here.
2nd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets, Spartan 42-yard line. Here's a handoff that is going to be Kerner, and Kerner is going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So quick 3rd down coming up now for the Yellow Jackets.
Yep. Still in the spot trying to fill out the other team, see different formations, if you can get them moving around and find an open crease. But since the first drive, EA's defense has been up to the challenge against our run game.
3rd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets from the EA 42-yard line. Goldman in a pistol formation. Ray is the deep back, but we'll send him in motion now. Here is a snap. Goldman is looking to throw. He does, and he has Sean on the far sideline, and they are going to say it is incomplete, out of bounds. Brings up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
The timing is off. We ran a little stop route in which when Sean turned around, he had the defender beat by about 2 steps, but Jean was looking to his left. So then when he turns back to the right, the defender had a chance to get there and then try to break it up with his hands as Sean was getting the ball, and the defender broke it up.
Brings up a 4th down for the Yellow Jackets with 7:44 left here in the second quarter, tied up at 7 apiece from Spartan Stadium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, Chris Ledoux, Lamine Figueroa back at the studio. John Fine with us as well. Great to have you all along with us. Luke Wilson to punt it away for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Merriweather standing back about his own 10-yard line. Here is a snap. Wilson will get the punt off. A nice high spiral. Will hit out of bounds about the 10-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans after we take this time out. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Your local tree service in Denim Springs is Louisiana Tree Pro. Louisiana Tree Pro is a licensed and insured arborist. Louisiana Tree Pro is the only company in the parish that has a saw head, so they can remove trees by remote, making the job safer and more efficient. Louisiana Tree Pro specializes in emergency removal of trees on homes, and they're experienced with billing insurance companies companies. And Louisiana Tree Pro offers free quotes. Denim Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro. Visit treeprola.com.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They will start this drive at their own 11-yard line. Zaylen Smith from the shotgun will send Martinez into motion. Hard to miss him, Mitch. And
yeah,
we're
good little false start by
yes.
EA. So I was about to say, this is a big drive for the Jacket defense. EA has had 2 good drives previously, now 1 stalled inside the Yellow Jacket 10. So we got a break when they had the fumble on the option pitch. Well, they scored on the next drive after that. This one right here, we've got them backed up. If we can make a good defensive stand, get the ball back to the offense with good field position, but we need our Jacket defense to stand strong on this drive.
5-yard penalty against the Spartans will make it 1st down and 15. Going to be a pass out of the backfield from Blackburn, who will be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets at the 20-yard line on the interception. Help me out there, Mitch. Was that Quentin Clay?
Quentin Clay got it.
Yep, Quentin Clay on the interception, and Yellow Jackets will have it in great field position with 7:14 left here. Clock is still running. They just stop that.
All right, well, look. That's twice that they've run a reverse pass, or that was a handoff and then going to be a halfback pass. But we've had pressure in the face of the ball carrier who's trying to turn up and throw it. Yes, the receiver got behind Quentin Clay, but we had someone in the face of the guy who's trying to throw it, and he couldn't get much on the throw, and he throws it about 10 yards short. Quentin Clay was there to go up and make the catch. So great field position for the Yellow Jackets. See if we can take a turnover from the other team and put points on the board.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. East Ascension 17-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun. Rolling. Escapes some pressure. Now coming to the near side. Going to throw it towards the end zone. Wide open and through the fingertips of Brenton Paul in the end zone. My goodness, that would have been quite a strike.
Brenton was kind of backpedaling toward the sideline, and I think he, in the back of his head, he was wondering is his feet still in bounds and lost focus on the football there. Goldman did a good job of buying some time. I'm going to tell you this, though. In our trips formation, we had trips upright. Each time we drop back to pass and roll out, we have a guy that stops about 5 yards downfield, and EA drops way off every time. That time, I believe it was Sean that was sitting by the sideline. We have that open if we would take it.
2nd down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. Spartan 17-yard line. Here's a quick throw. Goldman to Ray. Ray at the 20-yard line, and will run out of real estate at the 17, so original line of scrimmage, and we'll stop the clock inside of 6 minutes.
Need a big 3rd down play here.
Yep, we'll bring up a 3rd down for the Yellow Jackets, and
just tough break.
Yep.
We had the receiver open in the end zone. Jean did a good job of buying some time, came back to the left side of the field, and just a little loss of focus. I think he was worried about his feet.
Yeah, you talk about how he rolled to the left and came back. Rolled to his right and then came back to his left here, and just unable to connect with Paul. 3rd down and 10, Yellow Jackets, East Ascension 17-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun, Kerner in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near sideline. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Here is a snap. We'll fake the handoff to Kerner, and Goldman going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play.
Really
getting through. Tony Miles, linebacker for East Ascension.
I'm sorry about talking over your partner, my bad, but I know we weren't expecting to lose yards on that play. That's going to make a long field goal attempt right here. Looks like Bravo's coming out to try it, but we lost 4 yards right there. Had we been able to kick it from the original line of scrimmage, we could have been in range. Right now, this is going to make it about a 37, 38-yard field goal.
Yep, 38-yard field goal.
That's going to be a career long for Bravo, I would assume.
Yep. Ball is going to be at the 21-yard line, 38-yard field goal attempt. Ball is lined up on the right hash. Or closer to the right hash. Johnson is the holder. Here's a snap. Here's a kick. End over end. And it is no good. Pushes it to the left. Yep, he will push it to the left. Had the distance.
Good solid kick on it.
And that will be 5:59 left here in the first half. And that will be back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground in Denham Springs, the law office of IVL Graham Family Specialists, Brian Russ, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Pony Up Restoration is now open at the Old Dave's Hardware. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. During that as well, it was also the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break, brought to you by the Water Tree of Denham Springs. Water that simply makes you feel good. That is Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. That is our second Water Tree hydration break of the night. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Their own 21-yard line. Smith out of the shotgun will pick the handoff, keeping himself, gets to the 30-yard line. Check that'll be to his own 29-yard line, but a nice first down run right there by Zaylen Smith.
They're just finding more running room than we are right now. That was the quarterback keep back around the left side. He made one guy miss, and 11 yards later, they've got a first down.
Will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans as they will move the sticks, and they will have it
exactly 10 yards, 30-yard
right
line.
up at their own their own 30-yard line is the line of scrimmage now. Here's a handoff. It'll be Blackburn who will get across the 35 to his own 37-yard line. Maybe the 36. We'll see where they mark him down. But East Ascension, you talked about Coach Fournier being patient with the run game. EA showing that here tonight with their run game.
Well, they've got us kind of spread out. A lot of times we do that to other teams. Outside runs, inside runs. Well, they've got us kind of moving around. They've had success getting to the corners and back inside.
Going to be 2nd down and 3 from their own 37-yard line. Here is a handoff in the backfield. There's going to be Blackburn again, who gets to the 43-yard line. They may give him the 44. Nonetheless, it won't matter because it will be a first down for the Spartans. Coming up for the Whistle Stop Halftime Report, we will be joined by John Fine and special guest Jason Harris.
But, all those deep shots they've taken early on in the game is going to keep any defensive coordinator from trying to cram guys up at the line of scrimmage to stop the run. We've got to stay balanced because they're taking shots downfield as well.
1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line now for the Spartans. Smith will fake the handoff, looking to throw downfield. Has Martinez at the Yellow Jacket 20. He's at the 30, the 20, and we brought down inside the 20-yard line. Bryson Martinez, his first snag of the night, and it's a big one. First down for the Spartans.
As I said, they're keeping it balanced. They run. We bite up with a run. They slip the big tight end down the field right there. Jaden Washington did a good job chasing him down, but not until they've gotten inside the Yellow Jacket red zone.
Will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Looks like it'll be right around the Yellow Jacket 20-yard line. Will be exactly on the Yellow Jacket 20-yard line.
Yes, it's just, like I said before, our offense has to be able to keep up, and we blew a big opportunity a while ago.
Zaylen Smith out of the shotgun. We'll have Blackburn in the backfield with him, lined up to his left. We'll now put him on his right. Clock running with just about 4 minutes left here in the half. It will be a fake handoff, and it will be Smith with the keeper, and he will pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the carry. Gets to the Yellow Jacket 16-yard line.
Good job by Devin Mack coming off the left side of the Yellow Jacket defensive end position. Was able to catch the quarterback before he really hit the hole running hard.
Want to remind everybody that we do come to you live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Keeps you up to date on all the things that we are doing here at DS Jacket Vision. Of course, you can always catch it on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. And let's see. Wanted to give a few shout-outs here because we have got.
The refs are letting them just huddle up on the sideline. They've on the play live, so. I say, just because there's an injury don't mean you get to run all you guys to the sideline and talk. But the ref did start the clock. That's what he's supposed to do.
Going to be 2nd down now for the Spartans. 2nd and 7 from the Yellow Jacket 17-yard line. Smith from the shotgun will get the snap. Will fake the handoff. Will keep it himself again, and this time he is going to be brought down by Caden Allen for a loss on the play.
Caden Allen from his inside linebacker position did a good job. Just the quarterback's trying to read it. He's got a running back running wide. He can hand it to him and let him work wide on the right side, or he just keeps it and he finds running room with linemen blocking on the inside trying to open the holes. But Caden Allen had a stun on, got in the backfield quickly, and a good tackle for loss right there, at least a tackle for no gain.
Approach the inside the 3-minute mark now, left here in this first half, tied up at 7 apiece from Spartan Stadium. Going to be 3rd down and 7 from the Yellow Jacket 17-yard line. A pistol formation for Smith. Fix looks to throw. He does. There's going to be caught at the 15 to the 10. That is Merriweather. Will get to the 5-yard line of Denham Springs. We brought down by Bryson Smith. It will be first and goal for the Spartans.
Yeah, I'm just impressed with the EA offense. They're really balanced right now on what they're doing. That was a good little play-action pass, fake a tall sweep to the left, roll back to the right. They had brought a receiver in motion, slipped him out in the flats, and there's really not one area at all that we can key on a Yellow Jacket defense because it's coming at you from all different directions right now.
First and goal, the line of scrimmage will be the Yellow Jacket 6-yard line now for the Spartans. It will be Smith from the shotgun, hands it off to Blackburn, makes a move at the 5, and will go forward and will be brought down right around the 1-yard line. We will see where the official marks it down, but it is going to be second and goal as EA is knocking on the door.
I think Coach Beard might be thinking about a timeout right about this one. There he goes. He's going to call it.
All right, so he will take a timeout. Yellow Jackets' first timeout of the half. They take it with 1:52 left, and we're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denim Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Second and goal for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 2-yard line. Smith under center, I formation. Here's the snap. Gets it to Blackburn, who will be stopped short of the goal as he has stood up at the 2-yard line. Will be third and goal for the Spartans.
Looking at Coach Beard, thought he might be calling timeout again after this play, but it's really not, because I thought the whole purpose of calling timeout a while ago is save some time for when your offense does get the ball back here in 2 plays, whether they score a touchdown or you stop them. But he let it roll again right here. So it's going to get down under a minute.
Third and goal. He'll lose a yard. It'll be third and goal from the Yellow Jacket 3-yard line. And now East Ascension will call a timeout. That is their second of the half. Minute 10 left here in the half. We are back after this. It is Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Denim Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denim Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back in Yellow Jackets football, 1 timeout left for the Spartans and 2 timeouts left for the Yellow Jackets. All right, Mitch, big third and goal here. Third and goal.
Can I suggest they run the option?
It will be McCarty in the backfield for the Spartans. Sends a man in motion. Here is a snap, fakes the handoff, and it is going to be Smith, quarterback keeper, in the end zone, touchdown.
You know, they went with a jumbo set in the backfield. They had 3 backs in the backfield a while ago, was able to jam everybody in tight, and we got them tackle for loss. Just then they went back to their regular offense, spread everybody back out, and found a running lane.
And Zaylen Smith is down in the end zone.
Angel Morrow hit him about 2-3 yards deep in the end zone. There isn't a flag down after it. But That's why the EA coaches will be upset saying he was hitting the end zone. Why was there not a flag on it? But it wasn't in the back of the end zone, but it was maybe a step or two in the end zone.
Well, it will be a 3-yard touchdown run by Zaylen Smith for the Spartans to put them up 13-7 over the Yellow Jackets. All right, gives us a quick second here to catch our breath. And again, Mitch, it's always fun to hear how far people are listening to the games. We've got them from, here we go, we've got Joe in Montana, but not Joe Montana unless somebody's pulling a joke on me. Kelly in Biloxi, Coach Crane, who is around Burnside
Coach
here.
Crane is right here, Denham Springs Junior High.
And then Tim in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Is that a real place?
I've heard of Arkadelphia. So Coach Crane, that's the girls basketball coach at Denham Springs Junior High. Not only is she watching, but I know that she shared a link on Facebook trying to get her friends to follow in and listen
that was
also.
Nice of her. Of course, always remind everybody to like and subscribe. Just keeps you up to date with all the things that we are doing here. We'll never bother you or ask you for too much. So don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. All right, so it is East Ascension. They will they will take the lead now over the Yellow Jackets, and they will come on to attempt the extra point.
Got to handle the swinging gate. They'll have it all spread out, get lined up properly. But then when they do end up, they're going to call a timeout now. What?
All right, so Spartans will take
because the quarterback that got hurt is normally the holder, by the way.
That's right. Yep, you're absolutely right. All right, so Spartans will take their final timeout. We will take it with them as well. 1:01 left here in the first half. EA 13, Denim Springs 7. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denim Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's
Extra point is going to be no good. Looks like Yellow Jackets were able to get a hold on that one, a hand on that one. So we're coming back from timeout there.
I was watching for Quentin Clay. He blocked one last week, and he came real close to blocking the first one, but he comes around the edge. He didn't get around the edge. I think that was a really low kick that got blocked in the middle of the Yellow Jacket defensive line right there. We mentioned the quarterback for East Ascension, Zaylen Smith, is also the holder on these field goals and extra points. So if he was hurt on that last play, he wasn't in there. Maybe there was a bobble on the hold or something. I'm not real sure, but the ball didn't get very high, and we got a block. So good break for the Jackets, only down 6 instead of 7. Got 1:01 left. We do have 2 timeouts.
Correct.
So I know we're going to get the kickoff, hope to get good field position, and we're going to try and stay aggressive. Norman, Coach Beard, before the half, he's been pretty aggressive over the last couple of years, and I wouldn't see any reason why we wouldn't on this possession.
It is of note that East Ascension will get the ball to start the second half. Yellow Jackets marched down 49 yards on the opening drive of the night and was able to punch it in on a 13-yard Goldman to Brenton Paul. EA to kick it off from the 40-yard line, end over end. That is going to be Duvall on the return to the 25, the 30, and we'll get to the 30-yard line to his own 37-yard line. Yeah, check that.
So, once again, we'll take that. Pretty good field position right there. 54 seconds. We've got 2 timeouts.
All right, so you practice these and practice all the time, Mitch, so now just go in there and just do it.
It's a weekly thing that they will have 2-minute periods. They'll put different scenarios up there, 1:30 from your own 30, 2 timeouts, maybe no timeouts with the ball at the 40-yard line, and you got 40 seconds left. So they've practiced this over and over, so they'll know what to do. Just can you get out there and execute it? Of course, EA, I'm sure, works on 2-minute defense as well. So
Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line with 54 seconds left here in the half. Goldman, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the near side, 2 out to the far. Here is a snap, going to throw it. It is going to be incomplete Intended receiver was Sean on the far sideline. Stops the clock with 49 seconds.
Yeah, we was trying to take some free yards there at the start of this drive, just get it moving. Just a little 5-yard pass, going to catch it, step out of bounds with it. But we've had a couple of drops here in the second quarter. Got to start executing the throwing and the passing right now. Throwing and receiving.
2nd and 10. Goldman, empty backfield again. We'll get it to Hayden Ray at the 40. He's at the 45, and we'll spin around trying to get some more yardage, and will be brought down at the 47-yard line. Will be a first down. Make it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Come book your next party in one of Big Mike's banquet rooms. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Got a timeout called on the field. All right, we called our second timeout with 38 seconds left. We'll be right back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
You already know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson offers great service. But what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denim Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Did you know that you no longer need a doctor's order to attend physical therapy in the state of Louisiana? This is Ben Wilson from Peak Performance Physical Therapy, reminding you that if you have an injury, nagging pain, or if you want to simply improve your overall health and well-being, come see us at Peak Performance. Gladly serving the fine people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years, now with 3 locations including Denham Springs, Watson, and Maurepas. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
First and 10 Yellow Jackets, their own 47-yard line. Goldman out of the shotgun. Will dance around. Will look to throw it now. He was trying to get it to Tanner Kerner here on the near sideline, and it is going to be incomplete at the EA 44-yard line. Stops the clock with 31 seconds left. Denim Springs, 1 timeout left.
EA is dropping way back. They've got 5 guys 12, 13 yards off the ball. We've got some intermediate room, and we had a little bit of time left, especially with those 2 timeouts, but each incomplete pass runs off about another 8 to 9 seconds off the clock, and that time is dwindling.
2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line now. Goldman will throw it quickly. He will have Sean on the far sideline, and Sean will get to the EA 45-yard line, and it will be 3rd and short, but he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 24 seconds.
That's what we was trying to do on the first play of the drive and didn't execute, but still a chance to, hit another little intermediate 10, 15-yard pass. It's 3rd.
Yep, 3rd down. Yep.
The box over here showed 4th, but yeah, it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2 now for the Yellow Jackets. It is at the EA 45-yard line. Goldman, empty backfield. 3 receivers near sideline, 2 out to the far. Waits for the snap. He will get it, drops back, looks. Now he will keep it himself. He is at the EA 40, the 35, and will spin around inside the 35-yard line. And Yellow Jackets will take their final timeout with 16 seconds left here in the half. And we will be right back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
They were blowing a whistle. High school football broadcast on YouTube.
Yep, let's go ahead and. Yep, sorry about that. Okay, we do take the timeout. Now we take it. Now let's go back after this. Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. It is 16 seconds left here. Yellow Jackets have just used our final timeout. So, Mitch, what are you drawing up here?
Well, I don't know. I'm just not laughing, but watching. Coach Beard didn't call the timeout on the sideline. Somebody on the field called the timeout. Coach Beard went with the offensive coaches were trying to get them to hurry the offensive line, either spike it or get another play off quickly. But the refs blew the whistle and called timeout, and I was watching Coach Beard, one of our players on the field, motioned for a timeout or something, and the refs gave it to him. So now we're at 16 seconds with no more timeouts left. But if we get a first down, we'll have a chance to get up and spike it.
From the EA 33-yard line, Goldman will get it, looking to throw. He will. It is going to be incomplete at the 23-yard line. Intended receiver was Tanner Kerner. Stops the clock with 12 seconds left here in the half.
I was about to say, or catch it and get out of bounds, because Kerner was there by the sideline. There's been a couple throws that Jean's just been a little bit off, and then we've had a couple throws on track that have just been dropped. And just throwing and receiving in this second quarter, it's been a little bit of issues. Not one area. It's been a little bit of here and a little bit of there.
Second down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. EA, 33-yard line. Goldman, empty backfield, gets the snap. Pressure is coming. He is throwing it. He has got Trey Sills at the 10-yard line. It is going to be incomplete. Stops the clock with 5 seconds left in the half.
This is going to be your last play right here now. 5 seconds will be the last one. The A's going to be able to drop everybody back. That's one you got to hope. It's a tough catch because the defender's getting there trying to knock it loose. But if Trey maybe could have gotten to it and maybe jumped in the air a little bit, got his hands on it, and kept it away from the defender, or just catch the tough pass in traffic, sometimes you just got to make a tough play.
With 5 seconds left on 3rd and 10 from the EA 33, Goldman will get it. Will scramble to the near sideline. Will throw it. He will throw it out of bounds, and the clock says 1 second left. I think it's going to be the half. Waiting to see. Is there? Yep. All right, so that will do it for first half action. That sends us to the Whistle Stop halftime report, brought to you by the Whistle Stop, with the same great French cuisine and coffee with fast, friendly service, but now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. That is the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. It is East Ascension 13, Denim Springs 7. We're back after this. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denim Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denim Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denim Springs, with locations in Hammond and Ames.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denim Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Use Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Michon and Associates General Contractors, Sport Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses. The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Halftime of Yellow Jackets football, Denim Springs trailing EA 13-7. I'm John Fine, producer of Denim Springs High School broadcast. As the Whistle Stop halftime report continues, it's our privilege to be joined by a good friend of our broadcast, a great friend of Denim Springs High School, Denim Springs Athletics, one-time Jacket athlete, present DSAA board member, and when he's not doing things for Denim Springs, he is the Livingston Parish Clerk of Court. He is Jason Harris. Jason, how are you?
Good, John. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. Thoughts of the first half?
Yeah, Denham got the onside kick and drove right down in 40 yards, and then it's like EA's taking over the game. We missed a field goal, and luckily for them, they went for it on fourth down and didn't make it. So and they get the ball back on the second half. So I think Denham's got to open up a little bit and try to push the ball down the field. Looks like he can throw the ball down the field against some of their DBs.
There you go. All right, your thoughts about the new district relatively new setup. Do you like it where the Ascension schools are with the Livingston Parish 5A schools?
I do, John. We have a lot in common with Ascension Parish, not just geography, but also enrollment, population, things like that. We have a lot of friends down here. There's a lot of mirror images with Denim Springs, Live Oak, and Walker, and EA, Dutchtown, and Santa Ma, and now Prairieville, of course. So I really do. I think it's a border war. I hate to lose the Central rivalry. I know we kept them on the schedule because that was our rivalry growing up, the Central in every sport. But I do. I think it mirrors each other, and I think that you'll see the fan support mirror for each program.
Talk a little bit about your baseball career at Denham Springs High School.
It ended quickly, let's say that. No, we had a good team. We had a lot of good players. I played with guys that played in major leagues. We had several get drafted. I think we had 7 on our senior class that signed college scholarships. We did. We had a good program. Coach Steve Long was our coach. Our rival was Catholic High, and at one time, Catholic High, we played them our senior year, believe it or not. They had 7 guys that signed with LSU. And
really?
They weren't all seniors that year, but the Patrick Coogans and Krista Muies of the world and Kevin Ainsworth of the world, and they had 7. We split with them, but that was our rivalry in baseball. And also Bel Air with Coach Sizemore at Bel Air. They were always good with Dale Sizemore.
Now, if you're not known for your baseball playing, you might be known as a ball boy for Denham Springs football. Talk about that experience.
Yeah, Butch is my cousin, and he took over, and my dad helped with the football program back in the late 70s, and I'd help him go scout on Friday nights the next game, but we wasn't scouting. I was a ball boy, and I vaguely remember my only job was to go get the ball and run it back, and somewhere along the line on a game, I don't know if I was eating nachos or playing wiffle ball or something, but I forgot to go get the ball, and after that I was fired. So my ball boy experience didn't last very long when I was little.
Oh, come on now. We have to wage an investigation. We'll put Joe Mannix on the case. Let's talk a little bit about the Denham Springs Athletic Association, in which you're a board member. What a terrific organization, meeting the third Monday at Big Mike's on Aspen Square in Denham Springs, 6:30, and it's really a terrific organization.
It is, John. We started this, it's probably been almost 20 years ago, maybe 18, 20 years ago, and Hal Raspberry and some of the early ones, Robbie Spangler and some early ones got it started, and they had the Jacket Backers, which was a football organization, and we try to get the word out. We're not a football organization. We do support football, but we're really there for all the other 17 sports, volleyball, swimming, baseball, basketball, you name it. And we're there to support. We're kind of the TAF, but not the TAF, if that makes sense. And we're there to help support them financially. We have an annual golf tournament every year that was our main fundraiser we just had a couple months ago. It really is. It's something that to be proud of, to give back to the school, and we help pay for uniforms, for travel. Volleyball team needs volleyballs. The girls' basketball is going on a playoff trip to Shreveport. We help them. So it's good. We have a great organization, a great board, and it's structured where the coaches come to us through Coach Beard if they need some type of donation or something to help out, and we're always there to help.
Laura Dunlap and Julie Jacobson do a really good job heading that as well. And let's talk about Brett Beard. Talk about how the athletic director and head football coach is to work with.
Yes, Coach Beard has done an excellent job. He comes to every one of our meetings. As you know, John, you come to our meetings as well. He's very accessible. If he's got questions, we have a channel we go through instead of calling me one day and Laura Dunlap the next day and Julie. We have a channel to go through, and we try to channel the coaches through him on requests, things like that, to keep him in the loop. Maybe there's something that we don't know about, but he's very accessible. He's given us some ideas. He always supports our fundraisers, our golf tournament. He's given us some great ideas in the future. So we're looking at a few things here in the next year or two that we may change or try to increase a little bit. But Coach Beard has really helped us out being a pipeline to every sport since he is AD. I don't think some people realize he is the athletic director. So he's over the 16 sports or 17
He's
sports.
a very active athletic director as well. How does he manage to do that and be so successful?
I don't know. I actually saw him on a softball field this year, and I was kind of surprised. So he didn't want to talk about that too much, but he did tell me baseball was his first love. I did not know that. Baseball was his first love, and he coached baseball back in the day in Alabama, I believe. So, he's just not a big old rough and tough football guy, even though I did hear some stories at Vanderbilt and Southeastern when he played. He was You didn't want to mess with him. I could put it like that.
Okay. He actually was a terrific baseball player in high school. In fact, his dad told me a few years back that Coach Beard was a better baseball player than a football player. But, I mean, he was a terrific football player as well, obviously. But football was his passion, and he chose to go in that direction. And we at Denham Springs are certainly glad that he did. Now, I just found out something.
What's that?
You're not a politician. You're a public servant. Talk about that as a public servant, as the Livingston Parish Clerk of Court.
That's what I was. I'm a public servant. I'm not a politician. That's right. Yeah, well, I'm the Clerk of Court for Livingston Parish. I've been there a little over 9 years, being clerk for about 6.5. Tom Sullivan was the previous clerk. I went and worked for him for 3 years and became clerk. We have about 51 employees. We're stationed in the courthouse. We also have a Denim Springs satellite office, and we handle everything from birth certificates to marriage licenses to land records. We have land records back to 1875. We have a civil division, a criminal division. We have 10 district judges. So we have a good group. We have about a $6 million budget, and I stress every time we made this presentation that we don't receive any taxes. It's all user fees coming in the front door or over the computer. So we don't rely on sales tax or ad valorem property taxes.
Why is Denham Springs High School and Denham Springs athletics so important to you?
Well, I think it's if you grew up in Denham, I'm a third generation, maybe fourth generation Denham Springs graduate. My girls just graduated from Denham Springs, so they're a fourth or fifth generation Denham Springs graduate. It's just something that you're born. My family, both sides of my family, had been here for generations. We call it the greatest city in the country. Just the proximity to South Louisiana, you got all your outdoor sports. You got LSU next door. You got New Orleans an hour away. It's just so many things to do, and it's a close-knit family community that seem like in society today some of that has gone away, that you don't have that community feel, and you see the stands here and also Ascension as well. So I think it's just in your blood, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
There you go. Now, I have to do something that I hope you're going to be okay with. I would like to have the cloning rights of Jason Harris. Now, I already have that for Ivy Graham, attorney at law, okay? But for you, you help out so much. If we get 4 or 5 more like you, I'd like to be able to clone you, okay? Now, it comes with a hefty $1 a year stipend as well. That's called consideration, all right? So that I'd want to officially tell the world that I not only have the cloning rights of Ivy Graham, but now Jason Harris as well. Jason, thank you so much for everything you do for our broadcast. Thank you for being a terrific jacket, and keep up the great work. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
He is Jason Harris. I'm John Fine. It is halftime of Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs trailing East Ascension 13-7. The Whistle Stop halftime report continues after this pause on Denham Springs football.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground of Denham Springs, Brian Ross, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Quality Furniture Restoration, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Welcome back into the Whistle Stop Halftime Report. Josh Ward now joined by broadcast partner Mitch Covington. First off, I just want to say before we get any further, kudos to the crew here, as always. People, you may not know this, we are sitting in the bleachers amongst the Yellow Jacket fans, which is kind of a new home for us on the road sometimes, which is we're fine with it. You know, we get here, we get our nice, comfortable spot here at the top the best we can. But, folks, you know, it's a little chaotic at times, and there's people coming around us, but we like being out here. We like being able to bring the game to you. So, as always, if you're watching at DS Jacket Vision, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. And, you know, everyone just rows the boat, and we just get through it best we can, and here we are.
And kudos to the late September cooler weather that's coming in. It is not like at Hammond, where we were sweating everywhere. A little bit cooler. If you've noticed, no players have limped off with cramps tonight. A little bit cooler weather's helping out with that, so we appreciate it.
Absolutely. And do want to look at the first half here, and you know, so we're looking at what the as we're seeing the teams, you know, getting stretched there in the end zone. You know, Yellow Jackets, they start from the EA 49. The EA try to do that onside kick to start the game. We started the EA 49, go 49 yards, a 13-yard touchdown pass, Goldman to Brenton Paul. You're up 7-0 in the blink of an eye. You make EA punt, you get the ball back. You end up having to punt, you give it to them. They have a turnover on downs. You take it back over. You go into the second quarter, and you still got the ball. You end up having to punt on that one. And the next possession, EA, they start at the Denim Springs 45, their best starting position of the night at that point, and they get a 45-yard touchdown run by Zaylen Smith on the quarterback keeper. That puts you at 7-7 apiece right there, and then Denim Springs gets it. That drive was elongated by the penalty against Luke Wilson that gave Yellow Jackets a first down, so that moved the sticks. Yellow Jackets looked like they maybe got something there. You end up having to punt it after that anyway. EA gets it, and you get an interception by Quentin Clay, and now you're in really good position. You're in the red zone right there, and you missed a 38-yard field goal.
Well, the trouble started on EA's second drive. They got moving offensively. They were able to take it from their own, 20-yard line, and they went down the field, got inside the 10, looked like they were getting ready to score, ran an option play, pitched it, fumbled it, lost about 8-9 yards, and really come behind the sticks, and then we stopped them on, 4th and 8 at the end of that drive. We weren't able to move it out very well. They got a short field, scored a touchdown. But then, as you mentioned, the next drive, we get the big break. Like, we have had two very good breaks go our way as far as they roughed the punter, gave us a first down. We've got to cross midfield playing 1st and 10 at about the 44-yard line or so. Didn't move it any farther, and then we had to punt it back to them. Then we punted it back in their own end zone, and then they tried a trick play, and we intercept the pass, Quentin Clay, and we started our own 18-yard line. And then on the first play, we tried to throw it to Brenton Paul in the end zone, who was open, and then he wasn't able to come down with the football, and that was a tough break. We had a chance to make a touchdown. First play, didn't execute it. And then on the third down play, we had a running play that we thought was either going to chop off 5-6 yards and maybe go for it on 4th and 3, but instead we lost 2 or 3 yards and then had to try a 38-yard field goal that went incomplete. So we didn't take advantage of the 15 yards and a free first down on the roughing the punter, and we definitely didn't take advantage when we started drive on 18 after the Quentin Clay interception. So that's tough for the Jackets because EA in the second quarter and so forth, they got that running game going. They've had it spread out, of course, on that last touchdown run, Zaylen Smith. was hurt in the end zone. We didn't see the rest of the first half them come back on offense, so we don't know. He's had a really long time to get ready. I would think he's probably going to be ready to come back and play in the second half. It didn't look like maybe a injuries will keep him out all game, but it's something to look forward to as far as is he going to trot back out there when they start the second half. But defense has got to find a way to limit some of that running game. They've been really balanced of run, hit, run inside, run outside, pass it deep downfield, run inside, run outside, keeping us off balance, not able to really key in one area. And then on our offensive side of football for us, we didn't have the running game going after that first drive. They were kind of shutting us down running-wise. We became one-dimensional, and we got to be able to kind of keep our balance on our side of the football.
All right, getting closer to second half action here from Spartan Stadium. It is East Ascension 13, Denim Springs 7, and we will continue on with more of the Whistle Stop Halftime Report after this on Yellow Jackets Football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, Family Specialist, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denim Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson, State Farm Insurance, Performance Collision Center, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back into Yellow Jackets football. Whistle Stop halftime report. Getting ready to wrap it up here. It is 13-7. East Ascension with the lead. Want to give a few shout-outs here. Our chat on DS Jacket Vision is blowing up as usual. Julie Jacobson should be no surprise. She's number 1 at the list. I think your Michael Early's in there right now. Your guy Wyatt.
Michael Early. Last week I mentioned he was a great punt returner. Had a couple of punt returns for touchdowns for Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. But also Mr. Robert Graves reminded us. He's always listening and pay attention. Michael Early had about a 104-yard interception return, which was a Denham Springs record. At that moment when it happened. I'm not sure about the stats now. Do they count over 100 yards or not? But it's definitely one that would be very hard to break if someone's going to get it.
That will do it for the Whistle Stop halftime report, brought to you by the Whistle Stop with the same great French cuisine and coffee with fast, friendly service, but now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. That is the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. Jonathan Bravo will kick it off from the 40-yard line to start this second half. And Mitch, I'm going to put you on the spot after this, so get ready.
No, we're waiting on that clock to officially tick down to 0-0.
It has been.
We could start early before the game, but we can't start early after halftime.
Right.
Can't start early after halftime, though.
6:55 official start time tonight. Caught us off guard. Got us going real quick, Mitch. All right, Bravo has it teed up at the 40. Here is the kick, and we are underway. Second half action will be fielded at the 25-yard line. That is Merriweather on the return, and he will be brought down for about a 2-yard return. So, Mitch, my question to you, Yellow Jackets keys for the second half to come back and pull out a comeback victory here on the road.
Well, we're going to have to find a way to slow down the EA running game. They found, they were starting to find some holes. The quarterback was very tough, Zaylen Smith. Hard to stop him. But then offensively, we got to put some points to the board. EA's got a pretty good offense right now. I expect we don't hold them scoreless the whole second half, but our offense needs to get going. We feel confident that we can move the ball and get some points on the board, but only had 7 in the first half. So offense, we need to pick up the pace and try and match the EA scores.
It will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They will start this drive at their own 26-yard line.
That is Zaylen Smith back in the game.
Zaylen Smith is back in at quarterback. We were trying to keep an eye on him as he was hurt towards the end of the first half there. Here's a toss in the backfield to Merriweather on the end around. He will get to the 30, stays on his feet, 35, and be pushed out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. EA looking for a flag on the far sideline. They will not get it, but it will be a first down for Jeremiah Merriweather on the end around.
Yep, but that's just another first down play that they picked up, 12, 13 yards running, stretching us wide that time. And then the more they stretch us wide, quarterback keeps it, fakes the handoff to the running back going wide, and he'll find a little running lane on the inside. They've had a lot of success tonight doing that.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. They now have it at their own 38-yard line. Smith from the shotgun will check the sideline now. He's got trips to the near sideline, one receiver out to the far. Taking his time here, play clock down to 3 seconds. And we'll hit 0, and I think we have a timeout or delay
timeout
game.
on the sideline.
All right, so EA will be a little confused here to start this second half, and they will take their first timeout of the half. We will take it with them as well. EA 13, Denham Springs 7. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
1st and 10, Spartans are on 38-yard line. Smith will get it from the shotgun, keep it himself, gets across the 40, and will fight for an extra yard or 2, or it'll be second down now for the Spartans. EA having to use a timeout right into this third quarter.
I think the coaches got caught up in arguing. They thought Angel Morrow maybe led with a shoulder, helmet, not really wrapping up, tackling. They were fussing with the ref about a penalty call, and then by the time they got the offensive play in, didn't really have a whole lot of time. We've maybe been fortunate. There's been 2 50-50 calls. The refs maybe could have called the one in the end zone, maybe could have called that one on the sideline. Didn't call either one of them.
Second down and 6, the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be Blackburn, who gets across the 45, and he pumps the legs for some extra yardage, and he'll be brought down right around midfield, but it will be first down for the Spartans. So we're seeing the Spartan run game really kind of have their way at times with this Yellow Jackets defense.
And Blackburn's there's some big offensive linemen, and he's not a big running back. He just kind of wiggles in behind those guys. It's hard for the Yellow Jacket defenders to find him, and then he pops out a little crease on the left or right side, and before you know it, he's 7, 8, 9 yards downfield. Like I said, he hides behind those big linemen really well, and the offensive line's been doing a good job of finding some running lanes for the EA's quarterback and running backs.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball right at midfield. Smith from the shotgun sends the man in motion. Here is the snap. Will fake the handoff. Going to keep it himself now. Caden Allen tries to make first contact, and he will. And then he will be pushed out of bounds. Finishing off is Jaden Washington, and looking for a flag on the far sideline again. Did they get it this time, Mitch?
No
Okay.
flag was called. Yeah, it was the second hit right there. Maybe a step or two out of bounds. It's the other sideline. I can't see it well from over here, but I know it was right near the sideline when the second guy, Caden Allen, was there first. But that's a hard ask for Caden Allen to be in the open field trying to tackle Zaylen Smith. And he did the best he could, held him to just about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Zaylen's pretty quick, made a little move, and was able to get around the corner for a half step, but still a 5 yard pickup. If you're East Ascension, you're feeling good at 2nd and 5.
Stops the clock at 10:26 left here in the third quarter. East Ascension 13, Denham Springs 7. Smith from the shotgun will get the snap. He will hand it off this time. It will be to Blackburn again out of the backfield, and he is going to be brought down for a loss or stood up around the line of scrimmage. We'll see if it is going to be at the line of scrimmage or a loss, but a defensive Yellow Jackets defense was swarming that time.
Yeah, little inside counter run for the EA Spartans, and Caden Allen met him right there. That time wasn't a lot of open field. There wasn't a lot of room for the running back to move, and Caden Allen met him there near the line of scrimmage, and only a 1 yard gain.
Will be third down now for the Spartans. They've got it at the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line. Smith will check the sideline. He does have Blackburn in the backfield. The pistol formation now. Here is the snap. Looking for the option. Options it out to Blackburn, who gets to the 40. Going to be brought down right about the Yellow Jacket 40, and
that's
we'll
right by
see.
the
That's
first
right.
down.
Yep, it should be
I believe
right
it's gonna
on
be a
it.
first down.
You're absolutely right, Mitch. It is a right at the marker, and it is a first down for the Spartans.
You know, interesting. Got a different nose guard in the game right now. Hayden Ray playing nose guard. I've seen him come in on short yardage situations, but he's kind of started the second half at nose guard for us.
First and 10, Yellow Jacket 40-yard line for East Ascension. EA trying to slow it down just a little bit here. I would be curious to see the stats. They've only thrown the ball a handful of times here tonight. Smith will get the snap. Will hand it off to Blackburn. Does a little stutter step, goes off the left side, and will pick up a few positive yards on the carry.
You know, you mentioned they've only thrown it a few times, but when they have thrown it, they've taken some deep shots, and they've been close to getting to it. Jaden Washington's had 2 good pass breakups down the field. They completed one to the big tight end down the seam, and they had a huge third down conversion. Wasn't it 3rd and 11, and they completed a first down over the middle of the field. So even though it hasn't been a lot of passes, they've done enough that keeps us from just keying in on a run play, because if we creep too close to the line of scrimmage, they'll take another deep shot on us, and you don't want to give up a quick touchdown.
When you talk about Bryson Martinez and how they use him as the lead blocker, but when they get him out in open space, he's scary because of how big he is. On 2nd down and 9, Smith is going to look to throw us. We're sitting here talking about taking a shot towards the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. Intercepted.
He's going to be
That's
down,
Quentin
but
Clay.
intercepted. Yep.
Okay, it is going to be down. He is not able to return
Clay
it.
got it.
Yep, that's his second of the night. Quentin Clay with his second interception gets the ball back to the Yellow Jackets with 8:16 left here in the third quarter. We're back after this timeout. It's Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball will be at their own 3-yard line to start this drive with 8:16 left here in the third quarter, trailing 13-7 over East Ascension. Here's a handoff in the backfield. That's going to be Brenton Paul going forward and getting to the 10-yard line. Nice first down run right there by Brenton Paul.
Remember in the first half, they took a deep post, and I said Quentin Clay was maybe beat a step or so, but if the throw was overthrown, I said if it was on line, I think he could have got to it. Well, that's what just happened a while ago.
Yellow Jackets going quick here on 2nd down. Here's another handoff. It is going to be Brenton Paul again.
And we did get the first down, so we have gotten it past. Give us a Big Mike's first down.
Absolutely. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check it out at Big Mike's on Facebook. That's Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets on their own 13.
But the receiver had maybe one step on Quentin Clay, but he's got great speed and a high, deep throw down the field. He had a chance to get to it, and even though the receiver was there fighting for it, Quentin Clay went up high and ripped it away for the interception.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. It is Goldman out of the shotgun. Gives it to Brenton Paul again. Brenton Paul's got some space. He's at the 20-yard line. Makes a tackler miss and gets to the 25. That's a nice first down run right there by Brenton Paul to make it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. You know, Big Mike's has live music on weekends, trivia monthly, and line dancing on Wednesdays. Mitch, how do you feel about that?
Maybe this is a little halftime switch we got going right here. Remember, last week, Brenton Paul ran for over 200 yards rushing.
Yes,
over 200 yards. Tanner Kerner played running back most of the first half while Brenton Paul was at receiver. Brenton Paul is back in the backfield right now, and we've had a couple good runs there.
7 minutes left here in the third. 1st and 10, their own 25-yard line. Here is a handoff to Brenton Paul, and he is going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a loss on the play.
But just part of that versatility of a lot of our guys. Brenton Paul can split out wide, catch passes out there, be a good deep threat. But last week he came in after we had a few fumbles, and he ran for over 200 yards. Maybe 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns, 215 yards.
215 yards. Starting the second half, we were backed up at our own 3-yard line, and he had 22 yards of offense because we had it out to the 25. Although we lost one right there. Yep.
Lose 2 on the carry there, make it 2nd down and 12. Back at the 23-yard line now. Here is Goldman from the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolls, has time to throw it, looking downfield, has Sean at the EA 40. He's at the 30, the 20. Nobody's going to catch him. 10-5 and in for the touchdown. Goldman to Goldman. Yellow Jackets score.
It takes a good quarterback with a good arm to make that throw. It was a bootleg out to the right. East Ascension had maybe the guys on the right side of the field covered, but Sean was running a deep post across the middle, and John pulled up through the deep post, back through the middle of the field, found his brother wide open, catch and run the rest away for a touchdown. So a 97-yard touchdown drive for the Yellow Jackets, following the Quentin Clay interception. Johnny Bravo on to try and give the Jackets a lead right here.
73-yard touchdown strike for the Yellow Jackets. Jonathan Bravo trying to put the Yellow Jackets on top. We are knotted at 13. Here's a snap. Here's a hold. Kick is down the middle, and it is good. Yellow Jackets 14, East Ascension 13, 6:09 left in the third. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football brings us to a Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Hit us, Mitch.
That was a 97-yard scoring drive. It took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. A Jean Goldman to twin brother Sean Goldman. Deep touchdown pass. That was a 77-yard touchdown pass, and the Yellow Jackets take a 14-13 lead with 6:06 left in the third quarter.
That is your Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive, and Yellow Jackets with a little squib kick there will give the ball to East Ascension at the 49-yard line. So EA will start this drive at their own 49.
A little bit surprised we went with that. I know that EA's kind of got some offensive momentum at times, but didn't really want to give them a short field. We've done a good job covering kicks tonight. We've been pinning them back down inside the 35 every time, inside the 30 a couple of times. Now they got the ball out near midfield. I think they're giving the water break right now.
Are they? Okay.
Well, I think they were blowing.
Let's just hold up.
Yeah, they're going to give the water break right now.
Okay, so that will bring us to the Water Tree of Denham Springs hydration break, brought to you by the Water Tree, water that simply makes you feel good. That is Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. Everything's early tonight, Mitch. That's your Water Tree hydration break. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denim Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Blackburn. Will pass it to Merriweather. Gets across midfield into Yellow Jacket territories. He will go out of bounds around the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line, where
I
it
hope
will
East
be close.
Ascension forgets about that one. They put Bryson Smith in a bind. Bryson Smith, the outside linebacker, they faked a run play over his direction. He's got to be there for contain, but if they hand it off, he's got to be there for contain. Stop the running back. They pulled it from the running back and threw a bubble screen to a guy that had lined up in front of Bryson. Well, now he's got a whole lot of room to cover. That's a really tough spot.
Going to be 2nd and 2 now from the Yellow Jacket 43-yard line. Smith will fake the handoff, keeps it himself, and will spin around at the 40-yard line. Looks like he'll get to the Yellow Jacket 39, but it is enough for a Spartan first down. Yellow Jackets 14, East Ascension 13, and Mitch, we thought this could be a pretty evenly matched contest.
I think it is.
The score
and look,
says it all.
We got the big strike right there, so now we've got the 1-point lead, but I don't expect 14-13 to hold up for the whole rest of the game, but we got it back on track right now. Defense trying to do a good job, get another turnover, maybe make a stop, but we're right back in the game where we need to be. 1st and 10 Spartans, Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. Smith from the shotgun will hand it off, and that is going to be Blackburn. He'll be wrapped up for no gain. And there was Caden Allen and Hayden Ray in there helping make the tackles. Hayden Ray, I think, got in the backfield early and had the running back dancing around him, and Caden Allen got there to stop him. So that pass being so big, how Goldman got that open, good for him, and for the twin Jean to be able to hit him. I think the cornerback kind of gives up on it. You think it's just a clear-out route, and he's not really part of the play, and you give up covering a guy 30 yards downfield, but Jean pulled up and found him and chunked it all the way down there. 2nd down and 9 from the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line now for the Spartans. Fakes the handoff. Going to be a quick throw coming to the nearest sideline. It's going to be caught around the 35-yard line as we get that receiver for East Ascension. That's going to be Urson. And a good job by Quentin Calais. He's been downfield breaking up deep passes. That was a little short route, but they didn't get more than 3 or 4 yards right there, about a 4-yard catch and completion because Quentin Calais was right there to make the tackle as soon as the receiver came down with the ball. So 3rd and 5, probably 2-down territory for East Ascension.
I would think so, yeah.
Don't think they're going to kick a super long field goal here, and so we got to try and stop them in 2 plays. 3rd and 5 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 34-yard line. Smith from the shotgun will get the snap. Will option it to Blackburn. Blackburn gets to the 30. He's going to be hit, going to be brought down inside the 30-yard line. And it should be right enough for a first down, and it is. First down for the Spartans. That's twice they've gone to that speed option look, trying to get the ball to the edge. Remember in the first half, that's how they fumbled that, now near the goal line, and it really hurt them, but they've executed the pitch and catch on this half and picked up first downs with it. Going quickly now, 1st and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 28-yard line for East Ascension. Now they will check the sideline. Smith will now look in. Waits for the snap, gets it, will hand it off to Blackburn, who will be hit at the 25 and brought down for about a 3-yard gain. You know, they've done this a little bit, and then they sneak the tight end Martinez down the field. They've tried to take a few shots. I kind of like when they're taking shots. I think we've got a chance to make a play on it. If they keep it just on the ground consistently, it'll be tough for us to stop them in 4 plays unless we can get a negative play. Like that was a good 5-6 yard play. If we can get a loss, tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 23-yard line. Here's a handoff again to Blackburn. Flag comes in on the play. I think it's going to be hold. I'm thinking that's going to be holding. That was that middle umpire right in the middle of the field when he chunks one right there in the middle of the line. Somebody in a blue jersey probably got their arms around the outside. So there's that negative play we were looking for, you know, because they were able to chop off 5 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards. It's hard to stop them, but now we put them back 2nd and 15.
Mitch, you've been on it tonight calling some of these.
We'll just maybe begging for it right there, you know, not hoping something might go our way. But if we can get them in obvious passing situations, I like our chances.
All right, on 2nd and long now, be 2nd and 13 for the Spartans. Pushes them back to the Denim Springs 28-yard line.
It's going to be the 32.
Yep, okay, 32, yeah, sorry.
Scoreboard.
Yeah, I looked at the scoreboard to try to get my bearings here. Here's a pass to Bryson Martinez, and he is going to make the catch at the 15-yard line. He just went up and grabbed that one.
That was a little bit too easy. Look, hey, not bad for an offensive tackle, by the way. That's an offensive tackle that's converted to tight end. I think next year at LSU he's going to move back to the offensive line, but he's just running a skinny little post route on the inside. Angel Morrow just giving up too much cushion and not able to get there and break the pass up.
It'll be first down for the Spartans. They will have it right at the Yellow Jacket 15-yard line. Smith will work it from the shotgun. Here is a snap. It is going to be McCarty in the backfield now, and he is going to get to the 10-yard line. They will put him down at the Yellow Jacket 8.
Got to give VA credit. Like I said, I thought if we got them in some obvious passing situation, it'd be our advantage, but they completed a 3rd and 11 earlier in the first half, and that right there, 2nd and 16, just run your big tight end down the middle of the field and big body, and he showed good hands as he called it and then held on to it after Angel got there about a step too late.
EA got the ball with 6:06 left in the third quarter. We are now 1:38 left in the third. 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 8-yard line. Here is Smith. Quarterback keeper will be hit at the 5-yard line. That's where he will be brought down, and it will be
probably a first down.
First and goal. I believe it should be first and goal, yeah.
We're just having a hard time of stopping them from getting 4 or 5 yards of play when they're running it. It doesn't take big plays. You just keep chopping all 4 or 5 yards. You're going to get first downs every third play. And that's what EA's been doing this drive. You just mentioned it's a 5-minute drive at the moment, and they're not finished with it yet.
First and goal for East Ascension, Yellow Jacket 5-yard line. Third quarter winding down to under a minute left in the third. 14-13 Yellow Jackets with the lead. Smith will go under center, fakes a handoff, looking to throw towards the end zone, and he has got it. Touchdown, East Ascension. On the reception is going to be Mason Cotto.
Yep, they went with a power eye look. In the first half, when they got down by the goal line, they went power eye and ran it, and we hit them for a loss. That time we were very aggressive trying to stop the run. They gave a little bootleg action, and nobody picked up Cotto coming maybe from the tight end spot, I believe, and it was just wide open. Nice little throw and catch.
All right, see what the Spartans do here.
This is going to be, nope,
they're
not
going to go for it.
They're going to
go for
it.
it.
I mean, they're not kicking it, yep.
All right, 2-point play coming up right here. Smith will go out of the backfield. They will direct snap it, and it is going to be stopped. They are short. That is huge right there. Dawson Landry tried to run it in himself. 2-point conversion is no good. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. It is Denham Springs 14, East Ascension 19. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denim Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denim Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. East Ascension will grab the lead, 19-14 over the Yellow Jackets. It will be East Ascension now to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Here is the kick. It is going to be the ball again at the 25-yard line. He loses the ball momentarily, and he is going to be stuffed at the 25-yard line. Was he not down?
Did he not he fumbled it again?
No.
You just can't give free possessions away. It's a killer. Just jump on the ball. You dropped it. He tried to pick it up and run with it. Just jump on top of it.
I
and
thought
make
he
sure
was
you have
down,
the
Mitch.
football.
I cannot believe this. I thought he was down. I thought he went back
he
and
picked
thought
up and
the knee
tried to
was
run
down.
with it, and so he didn't have good grip on it. He didn't have the ball tucked away because when he barely picked it up, the defense was there already. Just jump on it. Just jump on it and cover it right away. It's up to the defense now. Defense got to make a big stop. But I just mentioned we got that long touchdown. That put us on track to even if EA score, we could get it and go back down and try and match the score. But that turnover's huge right now. Now, look, EA stopped us when we got possession at the 18. So now EA starting at the 22. Let's see if we can do a similar thing and keep them out of the end zone.
First and 10 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 22-yard line. Here is Smith. Will get the snap. Has pressure coming. Going to throw it towards the end zone. Wide open receiver right at the goal line, and he will be down first and goal at the 1-yard line on the reception. Trying to get a number here for you, Mitch.
They've just got a variety of things they're going to. I'm impressed with the offensive coordinator, East Ascension. They are doing a lot, running, passing, reverses. They are keeping us off balance, and they stuck a receiver out on a wheel route right there, running back probably leaking out the backfield.
All right.
And now they're down inside the 1 yard line.
They're going to let the clock run down in the third quarter here, and they will end the third quarter. First and goal from the Yellow Jacket 1 yard line. We will have the fourth quarter coming up for you after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Mashan & Associates General Contractors, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football, 3 quarters in the books here from Spartan Stadium. And it is East Ascension 19, Denim Springs 14. Coming to you live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. As always, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Great to have you all along with us. As always, we are on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. First and goal for the Spartans from the 1 yard line. It will be Smith under center. Power formation here is a snap to Blackburn, and he will be in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans.
You know, we take the lead on the big touchdown pass, and then we immediately onside kick, and they get the ball at midfield, went down and scored. Then we drop the kickoff, and there's no shame in dropping the kickoff. Just the coaching point would be just jump on it and cover it. Don't try and pick it up and run at that point. Make sure we get possession of the ball. And then we didn't get that done, and EA takes it in 2 quick plays. They are now up 2 scores.
Yep, and it will be extra point to extend the lead here. Here's a snap. The hold is down. Kick is going to be through the uprights. Extra point is good, so that will make it East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 14 with 11:54 left in the fourth quarter. And we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football. It is now East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 14. So Yellow Jackets find themselves in a bit of a hole here after that. Not able to handle that kickoff there. Puts EA 2 plays later in the end zone.
The best news, after the long touchdown drive for EA, that one was a quick one. So there's still 11 minutes and 54 seconds left. So a lot of time left in the game.
East Ascension to kick it off from the 40-yard line. It is Kerner and Britton Paul back to receive. Here is the snap. Britton Paul will grab it at the 20-yard line. He's at the 25, trying to find some space. Gets to the 30, barrels his way to the 35-yard line. Will be first down for the Yellow Jackets.
All right, just got to come out. You don't try to get 12 points in one play. Just get back to work on offense. Take what's there, get little by little, just pick up first downs. Get a couple of first downs, and then
we thought last week that early on in that game against Woodlawn that maybe they were trying to do too much too quick. So, some patience here right now. As you mentioned, a lot of time left in this one. All your timeouts left for Denim Springs.
Yep.
That's not even an issue right now, but
just
having those in your pocket for later on.
Get some first downs, get it across the field, midfield, get another one, get down near the red zone. Then we'll get our shots at the end zone.
First and 10, Yellow Jackets, their own 35-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun. Here is a snap. Fakes the handoff to Paul. Looking to throw. He does. It is going to be incomplete at midfield. Intended receiver was Sean. And if Sean catches that, he catches it in stride and could be dancing in the end zone.
He's going to make a long play with that if he does. And that's just in a good game against a district opponent that's a good opponent. We've dropped a touchdown already, dropped a kickoff, and now we just dropped another. Would have been at least a 30, 40-yard play, if not more. That was a good throw, hit him right in stride. Just didn't hold on to it. Got to just get back to work. Got to put it behind you. Go play this play.
2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Their own 35-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun has Kerner in the backfield. 3 receivers out to the far sideline. Here is a snap. We'll give it to Kerner. Kerner coming near sideline, gets to the 40, the 45, so on his feet at the 50, will be pushed out of bounds in East Ascension territory. Big first down for Tanner Kerner. That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's delivers through Grubhub or DoorDash. That is Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Big first down for the Yellow Jackets.
I know Sean Goldman's, mad at himself right now and disappointed for dropping the pass, but on that 2nd down play, he did a good job blocking the cornerback out there as Tanner Kerner popped out to the right edge, and Goldman was doing a good job on his stalk block and sprung him open for the first down. So, as we said, you don't have to get it all on one play. Let's just get some first downs, keep moving it. That's our first down. Get us another one. It'll start getting down there close to the end zone. And there's plenty of time left in the game right here. Just play our game. Don't get out of rhythm.
Clock is stopped at 11:27 left here in the 4th quarter. East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 14, but Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10 from the East Ascension 47-yard line. So Yellow Jackets get
real
into
good run
yes.
by Tanner
yes.
Kerner. Looked like he broke a tackle at about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. So what could have been a 2-yard gain, he ran through a tackle and then went ahead and got, about 12, 13, 14 yards on the play. Very good pickup. Heck, more than that. That's now I'm thinking about where we started. That was almost a 18, 19-yard play.
It was a big one. Like you said, Mitch, just keep getting first downs, moving the sticks, and keeping an eye on that clock.
I was saying we don't have to get it all at once, but we almost did
yes,
on the first play.
Yes,
we had a big shot player. I mean, it wasn't go deep and we just chunk it up there, but we had Sean on the skinny post right there and just didn't hold on to it. But that's not going to be the last ball he sees. He's going to get another ball come his way tonight. He did a good job on the stalk block right there. Be ready for it when it comes back your way.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. East Ascension 47-yard line.
I'm telling you what I like to see. When we get in trips, EA drops deep in coverage. Brenton Paul's the outside guy over there. He's going to be open about 5 or 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. We can get a free, easy 6, 7 yards.
Goldman will get it from the shotgun. Will roll to his right now, throwing it downfield. Looking for the twin at the 35-yard line, and they're going to say he was inbounds?
Out of bounds, I believe. But that's going to be tough. They did a good job of linebacker dropping up underneath. He ran a good route on the corner, running a comeback by the sideline, but they had an inside linebacker that dropped underneath that made John Goldman throw it up high, and he couldn't, and then Sean did a great job trying to go up high and catch it and keep his feet in bounds. We just ran out of room, but good coverage there by East Ascension. They had a player underneath and a player on top.
2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It will keep the ball at the East Ascension 47-yard line. 2 receivers out to the far side. Here is the snap. Fakes the handoff to Paul in the backfield. Goldman has pressure coming. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down for a loss on the play. Back all the way to his own 46-yard line. They lose almost 10 on that sack.
Looked like we only had 2 receivers going out just then, and they both were running deep routes. So that might have been, for my liking, a little bit too aggressive there. Like I said, I think we've got some stuff open underneath and shorter, but we send both our receivers deep. And then EA brought some pressure and was able to get to Jean Goldman and get a sack.
Yep, makes it 3rd and 17 now, back at their own 46-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. It will be an empty backfield for Goldman, who gets it. Will throw it quickly. Looking for, is that Trey Seals on the far? Yeah, Trey Seals on the far sideline gets back into East Ascension territory, but he will go out of bounds at about the EA 48.
It's going to be 4th and 12 right here. And we're going to bring out the punt unit.
I was about to ask you, Mitch, what do you do here?
If we did that on 2nd down, now we're playing 3rd and 12. And if you pick up another, if you don't get all 11 on 3rd down, you might get 7 or 8, and you get yourself a chance at 4th and 5, 4th and 3, and get a chance to go for it. But 4th and 11 might be a big ask.
Merriweather will be back to receive for the Spartans, and Wilson will come in to punt.
EA's worried about us running fake punts. That's the 2nd time they've called a timeout while we were lined up to punt.
Yep, they will call a timeout. We will take it with them as well. 10:33 left here in the fourth. East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 14. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets Football Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com, on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, and it is fourth down for the Yellow Jackets. It will be 4th down and 11. East Ascension will use their second timeout of the half. So they only have one remaining with 10:33 left here in the fourth. Luke Wilson to punt it away. Merriweather is back to receive. Here is a snap. Wilson will get the punt off. It will hit at the 20, is at the 15, rolling to the 10. Nice punt. Luke Wilson all the way to the 5-yard line. And it is going to be, he's had some good ones here tonight. Luke Wilson with a nice punt yet again. What was his big one earlier he had? Was it 50-something yards?
55 yards early on. But if you're Coach Beard and you decide to punt on 4th and 11 when you were across midfield, this is exactly what he wanted. Let's get him pinned down there inside the 20. Well, heck, we got him pinned at the 5. So great punt. Good job by the coverage unit getting down there to down it. And so now we got to have the defense. If we're going to win this football game, the defense is going to have to get a couple stops for us. And we've got them pinned all the way back by their end zone. A good 3 and out would be perfect.
Yes.
Get the ball back to the offense and in good field position. So we're asking our defense to step up for us right here.
You've caught a few of those tonight, Mitch. I hope you're right on this one. Let's go 3 and out right here. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They start at their own 5-yard line with 10:15 left in the fourth. There's going to be a handoff in the backfield. It looks like that is going to be McCarty, and he will go forward. He will get to about the 10.
6 yards, yeah. Going to be about a 6-yard run right there. That's just, they're doing a good job of running the football. They're almost never in 2nd and 9. They're always playing 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 2. The one time we got them in long was after the holding call, and then, heck, they completed a pass right off the bat and picked up that first down. So,
well, we talked about them not throwing the ball down the field very much, and I don't think they're going to take too many shots here. The way their run game is going, and Quentin Clay hanging out back there probably has them a little nervous.
But that's what the advantage of, there was plenty of time. We said we weren't desperate at that last drive, so Coach Beard had the option to go ahead and punt and pin them back, and we've done a good job of that.
Here's the handoff in the backfield. That is going to be McCarty again. Looked like the ball came out, but it did not. Maybe that was that wishful thinking there.
It was just a good hit, Angel Morrow, but I believe that's going to be a first down for East Ascension. So
looks like it should. Yeah, looks like it's right.
Nope.
Plenty enough for a first down. We'll move the sticks.
Big hit by Angel Morrow, but he's your free safety. That big hit happened 5 yards downfield. So 2 run plays. EA picks up the first down, and they are in what would be considered 4-minute offense right now, where they are milking the clock. They're standing around. They're not getting the play in. They're going to milk this clock every time. They're trying to count that 2-score lead. And just that last drive they just had that was, almost 6 minutes off the clock, they want to put another one of those up on the board right now.
It is going to be Smith, 1st and 10 from his own 16-yard line. Here is a snap. He will hand it off in the backfield. That is going to be McCarty again. So I think what we're seeing here with the run game as well is you're seeing more McCarty giving Blackburn a little bit of rest in case they need him for the, if it comes down to a last drive
situation.
This
is why we was asking that defense was going to have to step up and get us a quick 3 and out. We didn't get that, but we've got to get a stop here because EA is wanting to milk 35 seconds off between every play.
Yes. Makes it 2nd down and 9 for East Ascension. They will play it at their own 17-yard line. 8:12 left here in the fourth. They lead at 26-14. Yep, and they are bringing it down to inside 10 seconds each time. Smith from the shotgun. Play clock gets to 5. He will call for the snap. He gets it, hands it off. It is going to be McCarty again.
And
McCarty will get to about the 20.
Lucas Gillen was in there, safety, free safety making tackle. Now creeping up closer to the line of scrimmage. We're taking a couple chances because, like you said, you don't expect them to throw a deep ball here. If they do, more power to you. We got to get guys in the box to try and stop this run game. Now a little bit of help for us. Bryson Martinez, his helmet came off, so that's the big tight end. He won't be lead blocking for him on this play. He had to come out for this third down play.
3rd down and 5 for East Ascension. It is at their own 21-yard line. Clock continues to run at 7:38 now left here in the 4th. Denham crowd making some noise here. Play clock inside of 10 seconds. Smith will line it up from the shotgun. He will get the snap. He will hand it off to McCarty, who will get across the 25. We tackle shy of the 30, but it will be a first down for East Ascension.
And you almost felt like we needed that stop desperately. It's just 7 minutes. I mean, 7 minutes is a lot of time, but if they're going to take 35 seconds between each play, that's going to run another 2.5 minutes off, and you know they're getting first downs though. They're picking up first downs, keeping possession. That 3rd and 5 needed to really find a chance to get up in there and make a stop.
1st and 10 for East Ascension from their own 28-yard line as they will continue to let the clock roll. They took over with 10:15 left here in the 4th. So their time of possession in this second half has been pretty significant.
Well, they got back-to-back possessions.
Well, yeah, that's Here is Smith. We'll hand it off. It is going to be McCarty again, and he gets across the 30, and they will stand him up at about the 34-yard line.
Going to be the water break coming up here in 25 seconds. Just looking at the game, I mentioned our offense was going to have to keep up, and we've had chances on offense and didn't make the plays when we needed to.
All right.
Sometimes you might be able to win a game 13-10, but sometimes you might have to win one 31-27. This was one of those nights that we were going to have to put some points on the board to try and keep up. EA's got a good-looking offense out there and made it tough on our defense.
That will bring us to our final Water Tree of Denham Springs Hydration Break, brought to you by Water Tree, water that simply makes you feel good. That is Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs. EA 26, Denham Springs 14. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Welcome back into Yellow Jackets football. It is East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 14. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Lamine Figueroa back at the studio. Chris Ledoux, Darren Ferrente, John Fine as well. Great to have you all along here with us as well. Mitch, Yellow Jackets, 6 minutes left here in this one, trailing 26-14. Time is now not in your favor by any means, and you got to get some stops. You may need some kind of gift given to you in turnover or something along those lines.
That's right. Turnover may be needed. We got to get that ball poked out. If they can put on the turf or something, turnover battle. And on top of my head, we should be up 2-1 in the turnover battle, but we need to get a third one.
2nd down and 4 for East Ascension, their own 34-yard line. Here is the snap to Smith. He will hand it off. That is going to be McCarty, who will get across the 40 to his own 41-yard line, and that is a first down for East Ascension. The more they pile up these first downs, it becomes a dire situation.
And it doesn't take big gaping holes. These running backs are doing good. They're just squirting through the smallest of creases, but when they do that and they fall forward, they're going to pick up 4 yards a play, 5 yards a play, and you play 2nd and 6, and you play 3rd and 1, and you get a first down. You play 2nd and 5, you get 6 more yards, you get a first down. And that's what they've done since they took over on this drive at their own 5-yard line.
Clock continues to roll at 5:20 left here in the 4th. It is 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Zaylen Smith from the shotgun. It will be Blackburn checking back in. He will get the handoff, and he'll be brought down for about a yard or 2 gain.
Debo Scott was in there helping to make that tackle, bringing up a 2nd and 9. First time we've said that in a while, 2nd and 9. Stopped him after a 1-yard gain. But now you're pretty much getting the territory that you're going to have to get the ball back and score and then get an onside kick. Earlier, if we could have got a quick stop, you could have scored and you still had time to kick it and play defense. But now we're just hoping to get the ball back and then have a chance to go down and score and give ourselves a shot at an onside kick.
Second down and 9 for the Spartans from their own 43-yard line. Here is Smith going to do a quarterback keeper, and he will go down at the 40-yard line. His helmet will come off, and it's going to be a flag come out. Yep.
We were about to have them at 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, and now they're going to be at first down.
Well, I can hear it in your voice right there, Mitch, and you as a coach know those are the ones that just absolutely drive you crazy.
I just don't think that's anything like you can't fuss at the kid about. He's trying to make a tackle. The quarterback was like ducking his head, and it's like we just grabbed the back of the helmet, and the helmet comes off. But it's just so tough because we actually had the stops. They got 1 yard on first down, and that was going to be a loss of yards, but that's going to give them a first down.
Makes it first down and 10 for East Ascension. They will now have it at the Denham Springs 45-yard line. They lead at 26-14 over the Yellow Jackets. And they will take all the time they can before they snap this. Clock now rolling with 3:59 left here in the fourth.
And it's about time we'll probably start using some timeouts here if we get a stop here on first down. 1, to stop the clock, and 2, just to give your defense a little bit of a rest and try to regroup on the sideline and just keep fighting.
Play clock down to 4. They will snap it. They will get it to Blackburn in the backfield, gets across the Yellow Jacket 40. He'll be brought down at the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line, and Coach Brett Beard will take his first time out of the half. We will take it with them as well. It is East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 14. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Quality Furniture Restoration. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is coming to you live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. As always, we ask that you give it a like and subscribe. We are Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. All right, 26-14, East Ascension with the lead. The clock is stopped at 3:23. 1 second, Mitch, let me get you my.
How much time when they started this drive?
10:15 left in the game.
10:15. They are trying to milk all 10 minutes and 15 seconds of that clock.
Second down and 3 for East Ascension from the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. Here is a handoff in the backfield to McCarty. McCarty will get to the Yellow Jacket 30-yard line where it will be first down for East Ascension.
And they're going to be real close from getting that complete 10 minutes and 15 seconds. The only more helpless feeling I've had was this morning at about 6:15 a.m. watching Team USA go out in the Ryder Cup and completely
you had to make this even worse.
Completely get steamrolled in the morning.
Yes. Afternoon was a little better.
A little bit better in the afternoon.
A little better, not great.
But that morning was just not good. About like watching this last drive going for EA is they've taken it from their own 5 and now have it at the Denham 30 and about one more first down and they can start taking a knee.
First and 10 for the Spartans, Yellow Jacket 30-yard line. Smith from the shotgun will hand it off to McCarty, who will get across the 25, be brought down inside the 25-yard line. A late flag coming in from the back judge.
There was one originally. Looks like going to be holding. Now, this guy back here, remember, it's the second time somebody on the sideline from 25 yards away from the play is throwing a flag in there.
Stops the clock with 2:29 left here in the fourth as they sort this one out. Looks like it is going to be against the Spartans. So let's see. Denham Springs, you have 2 timeouts left. East Ascension with 1. So
they're going to get to run the clock before this play, so they won't snap it. And
the penalty backs them up to the 40-yard line. So it's 1st and 20 back at the 40-yard line.
They'll snap it right about the 2-minute mark. No, what they just do with the play clock, it went from 20 seconds up to 40. That's incorrect. I mean, now they're going to reset it again?
Yeah, it's been a little. This
clock has run off 25 seconds, and they just keep resetting it. They're going to have to figure out what happened there.
They're going to take this timeout here.
But,
a official timeout, which they need, yes.
We haven't quite honestly looked like we were about to stop them here, but I'm just watching. That was like 2:25 left at the end when they called that penalty. So when they put it in play, it should have been 25 seconds, and they would snap it right around 2 minutes left. But that clock kept rolling. The game clock was rolling down, and the play clock, they kept going from 25 to 40 seconds. They let it run for 10 seconds, put it back up to 40.
All right, coming up, it will be the Ralph Seller Chevrolet post-game show, as we will recap this one and start looking to continuing the road trip next week, as it will be the Yellow Jackets from Mumford Stadium against the Southern Lab Kittens.
Well, that people always, sometimes a little controversial take or whatever, but sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. Some people get offended by hearing that, but we have been the nail tonight.
We have.
This EA offense has been hammering away at us since the second quarter and chopping off 7 or 8 yards of play, it seems like.
Well, watching them on film, they've been kind of, stop and go is how you would, at times they were a well-oiled machine, and other times they were kind of stuck in the mud, if you will. And what they have done is they have really just kind of found some rhythm here tonight with the run game, and what Martinez is able to do, because you have to count so much for him.
Yep.
1st and 20 for East Ascension. Ball is at the Denham Springs 40-yard line. Smith going to keep it himself and will be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Tristan, he hadn't done as much in the second half, but he was really good in the first half. Zaylen Smith, he's a good little quarterback.
Yes, he is. Well, Yellow Jackets will take a timeout. We will take it with them as well with 1:45 left here in the fourth. East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 14. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denim Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denim Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denim Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
1:45 left here in the fourth. East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 14. It is 2nd and 18 for the Spartans from the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. Pistol formation, and we got a new quarterback in now. That is going to be LaBeouf. And
big hit right there.
Very big hit.
Yep, that very big hit. Devin Mack was quick in the backfield.
J.J. LaBeouf.
Now, Zaylen Smith, we were talking good about him right there, and then he limped off the field after he got tackled. He ran the ball and then got tackled on that one.
Clock has now stopped. So
what was the discussion here?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Our coaches are asking, did we take the ball away after it, or what? Just calling the timeout is what we got? I don't know what.
That would be Denham's last time out, and it looks like, the official down here closest to us pointed towards us for the final timeout.
The white hat just signaled EA, but they didn't call a timeout there. That was us. Yeah, he corrected it. But
all right, 1:39 left here in the fourth, Mitch, and looks like Yellow Jackets are going to fall to 2-2 on the season, and it's the road don't get any easier. And speaking of the road, you have 2 more road games before you get back home. Mm-hmm. You're at Southern Lab next week, then you're at Live Oak on a Thursday night, which I know is all of our favorites. But how do you go in and regroup after this? You know what? Save that for the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. Be thinking about it.
Did we end up with the ball after that play or something? I looked down at the rosters, just checking a couple things, and then I heard a couple people in the stands saying a thing or two. And Coach Beard's asking questions to the referees. I mean, Devin Mack was quick in the backfield right there and made a big hit on the running back.
Darren here is saying it looked like a late hit. So they're talking about that.
Okay. And if there
was a lot of commotion there with LaBeouf.
If there was a hit, it would have been late because I saw the tackle and I looked down. So whatever happened after I looked down. But he now facing third down. But Zaylen Smith, he got up limping like with a little ankle injury, looked like, after the second down play.
Well, that will keep LaBeouf in at quarterback. At 3rd and 22 from the Yellow Jacket 42-yard line, and LaBeouf will get the snap, and he will take a knee.
And we're out of timeout, so they can't end the game, but they're going to give it back to us with about 20 seconds left, down 12 points. So probably a good idea right there. Don't do anything silly if you're East Ascension and give up a fumble and scoop and score or something.
Clock will continue to roll as we approach the 1 minute mark here from Spartan Stadium. Mitch, I'm getting a request here of what you want on your pizza after the game.
With the pizza, what kind of? Always good with Italian sausage.
Okay, there you go. Clock rolling in with 46 seconds left.
East Ascension took a delay of game. There's now 46 seconds.
So
they're bringing on the punt unit.
Yeah, so that's
tell you what.
That kind of looked familiar.
If you want some crazy high school football endings, let's go ahead and block a punt here, score a touchdown, and get an onside kick. Let's make it interesting. Send the ball. Go get it. Go get up in there. Go get it, guys. Get them all at the line.
On 4th down, it will be East Ascension to punt this one away. It will be a punt. It is going to be fielded by the Yellow Jackets at their own 20-yard line to the 25, the 30. That's Tanner Kerner at the 40-yard line, who will go out of bounds about his own 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 37 seconds left here in the 4th. Let's get to Bizarro World.
That's right. Let's do it.
I see what the Yellow Jackets do here on offense as they will trot it out from, it will be their own 44-yard line officially.
But East Ascension did exactly what they wanted when they took over their own 5. Well, we had 10 minutes and 15 seconds
10-15,
left.
They took over, yeah.
And they don't give it back to the Yellow Jackets until 37 seconds left and no timeouts. That's an A-plus drive if you're an East Ascension Spartan fan.
All right, from their own 44-yard line, Yellow Jackets, 1st and 10, empty backfield. Goldman will get the snap, will step up in the pocket, dances around, will throw it. He will be incomplete. Intended receiver was Trey Seals at midfield. Stops the clock with 30 seconds left.
Just kind of a microcosm of our game tonight. We're not even executing the little small things. A lot of receivers going downfield. Trey Seals ended up just being a short guy, like a little outlet if needed, and we weren't able to throw and catch on that one. Like I said, it's not just one area. It's not always the throws. It's not always the catch. It's been a little bit of everything.
Here is a pass to Goldman, and he will get it. Ball did not come loose. Goldman is going to be down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, but he's going to be down at the 40. We need to line up quickly to get another playoff. We don't have any timeouts.
So they will reset it 1st and 10. That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Yellow Jackets going to spike it. 17 seconds left?
Don't forget the Big Mike's 1st down.
I did not. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Big Mike's is kid-friendly with incredible food and, of course, our good friend Big Mike O'Neill. Here is Goldman from the shotgun. Dances around, looks to his left, fires it downfield. It is going to be incomplete off a EA defender. That was Donjel Smith.
10 seconds.
10
seconds to the end
left.
zone. Might as well.
Ten seconds left here in the 4th. East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 14. Goldman on 3rd and 10
just a tough night. I just would have thought we would have scored more than 14 tonight, and we just wasn't able to. Like I said, EA was very good on offense tonight. I was very impressed with what they did on that side of the ball.
Empty backfield for Goldman, drops back. Pressure is coming. He dances around, going to take a shot towards the end zone, and it is going to be caught at the goal line. It is going to be first and goal. Brenton Paul on the catch, but 2 seconds left on the clock. I don't think they'll go to playoff, Mitch.
Yeah, it was out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yes. We'll stop it at 2. You're right.
Guys, the ball was out of bounds. What? I guess it wasn't. They said he wasn't out of bounds.
Goldman is going to try to go forward for a score, and he is going to be in for the touchdown.
I told you we'd score more than 14.
As time expires.
I thought he was out of bounds. How was he not out of bounds?
I thought well.
Whatever. We got the points. Do you kick the extra point?
I don't know.
In the
does
NFL,
high school make them do it?
Las Vegas makes you kick the extra points. I don't think in high school
I don't think you do. Yep.
You have to kick it.
All right, so Goldman will take we'll call it a 2-yard touchdown run. We will get a Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive, but that will send us to the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show, brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet, just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Seller Chevrolet, located at 15015 Florida Boulevard, and is open for your automotive needs, ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager at Ralph Seller Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 20, the final here from Spartan Stadium. And we're back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amite Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denim Springs Clinic, located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground in Denham Springs, the law office of IVL Graham Family Specialists, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Pony Up Restoration is now open at the Old Dave's Hardware. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denim Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Welcome back in to the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet post-game show. We will get the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, Katie Switzer, and visit betterwithbrandy.net. All right, Mitch, go ahead and hit us with that last one.
The Yellow Jackets went on a 55-yard scoring drive. It took 47 seconds off the clock, the last 47 seconds of the game. And on the last play of the game, Jean Goldman had a 2-yard touchdown run, which unfortunately was not enough. We needed a 12-point touchdown, and we only got 6. So the Yellow Jackets will fall to the East Ascension Spartans 26-20.
All right, so as we bring it back here in the booth, Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, 26-20 the final here, and just go ahead and touch on it. If you were watching there on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision as we were going to commercial break there in the postgame show, a little scuffle broke out on the field, and you just hate to see that happen at the end of a game like this where two teams really fought hard.
Yeah.
East Ascension really came in with a great game plan and executed it well. And you just hate to see that. But, these are high school kids. Emotions run high. Denham Springs came in feeling like they could come on the road here and get a win. And, there's no excuse for it. And we'll obviously talk to Coach Beard about it next week. But just hate to see that, Mitch. And I know that both coaching staffs did their best to kind of, get these teams separated before. And, it's hard when you're shaking hands and –
I think security at the game, I'm going to give some credit there, too. Security at the game, whether it's local cops or sheriffs or whatever, they hopped in there when it was just players involved because there started to be some extra personnel around the field that did not need to be around the kids, and the sheriffs did a really good job of keeping all that separated. Whatever happened seemed to be between players, and, sheriffs did a good job, like I said. There was nobody from the bleachers hopping on there, or no one from across the other side of the field running in. Like, they did a good job of getting it all separated, and teams went back their separate ways.
I want to give credit to East Ascension for their hospitality here as well. The principal, Lauren Lambert Stevens, who I got to meet before the game as I was coming into the stadium. Super nice, super helpful. Everyone here, Holly Zarang, their athletic secretary, was very helpful this week. Thank y'all so much. We love coming to East Ascension.
Heck, we got a roster Saturday morning.
We did, yes. We did.
Didn't have to wait till Friday at 3 o'clock to get a roster. We got one Saturday morning. Had all week to learn the quarterback's name.
But it's it's great to go on the road in the district and have such great hospitality. So a shout out to East Ascension for doing a great job here and allowing us to be here with you. And congratulations to EA. They came in again with a great game plan. They executed it perfectly, and they come out here with a big district win as Brock Mathern, as we mentioned, in his second year here. And I told Coach Beard this in the Sports Center Yellow Jackets woman, but it seems like his team is really buying into the message that he has, and you saw it here tonight.
That's a good-looking ball team, East Ascension. I was impressed with what I saw offensively. You hope the quarterback, Zaylen Thomas, is able to Zaylen Smith is able to, be healthy. He limped off on the last drive, the last couple of plays. Looked like a little bit of an ankle injury, but he runs the ball well. He reads it on some of those, read plays where he gives it to a running back or keeps it. And then when they pull it and pass it, they do a little play action. He hits some throws down the field when he needs to. Had a couple of other good throws that we just did a good job of getting there and breaking them up. And so he's a tough ball player, and that East Ascension offense is tough to handle. They did a really good job. So, congrats to them. They came out and starting out 1-0 in district. So now the Yellow Jackets are going to be, trying to dig out of an 0-1 hole and just get back on track and do what we got to do next week.
Puts the Yellow Jackets at 2-2 on the season now and 0-1 in District 5-5A play. East Ascension will go to 3-1 and 1-0 in district play, so that's how this one will play out here. And Mitch, this one's going to be another hard. With the Central game, you felt like you let that one get away. East Ascension, and what's so crazy about this one is you come out on the first drive and you march down the field and boom, in for a touchdown, and then the offense just kind of could not get a rhythm going again after that, or it took a little while for them to get going again.
It was just offensively. There were some things. Yeah. Sometimes EA made some good defensive plays, but there was other times that we didn't help ourselves out. Like there's some things that we should have been able to do. There were some plays to be made, and we just didn't complete the plays on whatever it may have been, whether it was a throw or whether it was a catch or what it may have been there. So we kind of stumbled around a little bit offensively there for a little while. Now on the offensive side of the ball, EA looked pretty good most of the night. Once they got going on the second drive of the game, they stayed tough to stop. And at the end, they didn't have to try and score. They just had to try and milk the clock, and they almost milked all 10 minutes and 15 seconds off at the end. They got almost all of it before 47 seconds, and so they were very happy with that. They weren't trying to get the ball in the end zone. So they did a really good job tonight. Our defense had tough assignments and wasn't able to, get the job done. So defense, we just get back to work and try and get better. Offense, there's just some plays there were there to be made that we didn't execute, get it done, and that's where you feel like that's what you're going to feel that we left out there. I'm not going to walk away from this saying, we should have won that game if we'd have done this or that, because like I said, EA had the offense rolling tonight, and we were going to have to win a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
We needed more than one or two plays.
All right, so 26-20 is the final. We will take another timeout here. When we come back, we'll go through a recap. Mitch, it'll be a pretty easy second-half recap. I think Denham Springs only had the ball 4 times in the second half, and we'll go through some of that after this quick timeout. It is East Ascension 26, Denham Springs 20. We are back after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
Your local sporting goods store is Spartan Center. Spartan Center has all your Denim Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Spartan Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Spartan Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Spartan Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Spartan Center, more than just a sports store.
If you're a small business owner in the Denim Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denim Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amite.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Your local tree service in Denham Springs is Louisiana Tree Pro. Louisiana Tree Pro is a licensed and insured arborist. Louisiana Tree Pro is the only company in the parish that has a saw head, so they can remove trees by remote, making the job safer and more efficient. Louisiana Tree Pro specializes in emergency removal of trees on homes, and they're experienced with billing insurance companies. And Louisiana Tree Pro offers free quotes. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro. Visit treeprola.com.
Welcome back in. Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show. 26-20 the final here from Spartan Stadium, as EA will improve to 3-1 on the season. And again, they will be 1-0 in district play. That's going to be big for them in this program as they continue to move forward. Yellow Jackets will go to 2-2, and they will be 0-1 in district play. And Mitch, as we start looking at this, again, got to go on the road again next week against a traditional power, a team that you played at home last year in Southern Lab Kitten. So, before we get to that, let's go ahead and do the quick recap here. Yellow Jackets give the ball to EA to start the second half. Interception on their first drive by Quentin Clay. You get the ball back, Goldman to Goldman. Few plays later, you're in for the touchdown, and you're up at that point. EA gets it, 5-yard touchdown. Then it kind of went back and forth there, but the one that's going to stand out for you is EA getting the ball with it was 6:06, and they took it all the way down to 30. Wait, I'm sorry, I got mixed up there. It was 10:15 when EA took it back, and they took it down to 37 seconds in the game.
Right. And so that was able to milk the clock there. And I thought it was a good decision by Coach Beard. It was 4th and 11. Yeah, we had crossed midfield, but it wasn't 4th and 4. It was 4th and 11. We punted them back to the 5-yard line. And I said at the time, we just got to have the defense is going to have to help make a stop. Like, we got to get a stop from the defense right here if we were going to have a chance. And just EA's offense was too much for us. And they came out and was able to move it down the field and just pick up 5-6 yards of play and kept working. And from the first moment, like at 10 minutes and 15 seconds, they ran one play, and they were already letting 35 seconds roll off the clock before they were going to call plays. And they did a good job. Did what they had to do to win the football game. And so, like I said, excellent job by their offense of milking the rest of that clock right there. But
would you say the biggest thing that impressed you with EA tonight was the run game, what they were able to do with that? I mean, they were just
well, it was just how they ran the ball.
Yes,
it was different. It was just different areas. There's not, you can't jam 6 guys in there in between the tackles and stop at that because they were running it wide, have a running back run the ball wide, or sometimes they threw a little bubble screen one time out there wide. They would fake it one way. The quarterback would run around the edge. But then if you spread everybody out wide, they were able to find some inside running room with the running backs, and every now and then the quarterback just squirting through some of those linemen, hold them up just a little bit, and the next thing you know, it was like 1st and 10 and then 2nd and 3. And so it's real easy to keep drives going when you're playing 2nd and 3. We couldn't get a first down stop of 1 or 2 yards. They were always playing 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 3, and then they took a few shots. They'd play action, throw it deep, or they'd take a shot downfield, and even if it didn't hit, that keeps the safeties back. It keeps the cornerbacks backed off. It keeps coaches, baby, I don't want to get too many guys up there. They're going to throw it over the top and score a touchdown. And so they were just well-balanced, I guess the way I would put it. Whether it was inside, outside, throwing it, running it. They didn't have to throw it a whole lot, but when they did throw it, it was enough to scare you, enough to kind of – and they executed a couple third down or a 3rd down and 11 pass in the first half, and then a 2nd and 16 pass in the third quarter. And that's a big difference right there. They kept drives going, completing those plays.
And, turnovers – that turnover battle that you talked about that you really had to win, and Coach Beard talked about that this week as well, is Denham not beating Denham. There's going to be some plays that you go back and look at this one and say we did aid them, but credit to EA, when they did get those turnovers, they made the most of them, and, again, that clock became so much of their friend, especially late in this one, in this second half, that they were able to just continue to move those sticks and keep that clock running. So a great game plan by Coach Mathern and his staff here, and the way they executed it. It's one of those where you got to say hats off to you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to take our final timeout. When we come here, we will wrap it up from Spartan Stadium. Again, East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 20. We're back to wrap it up here on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet Postgame Show on Yellow Jackets Football.
Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denim Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in. Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show. East Ascension 26, Denim Springs 20. As we wrap it up here from Spartan Stadium, Mitch, when you got to go in tomorrow morning and look at this film and get back to work at it, We talked about it after the Central game, how hard it is because you got a whole nother week before you get back out on the field. What is the challenge this week on Saturday mornings when you're going in there?
Well, this week it's more in line of trying to pick each other up a little bit. I think the Central week was disappointing, but I thought there was some positives you could walk away from the Central game and thought that may have been a game that we kind of gave away that we probably should have won. I could make that argument. Now, this isn't one that I can make the argument. We should have won this game. And so this was really kind of, you got beat down a little bit, and so you just got to kind of pick yourself up and get back off the mat and say, hey, put this one behind us, and we just move forward, and we're going to get better next week, and then we're going to get better the next week after that, and you just keep moving forward. And I think this team is possibly good enough to finish the year with a seeding high enough to host a first-round playoff game. That would have to get you in the top 16 of the playoff bracket. And right now at 2-2, you wouldn't be there. But if you can roll off a few wins in a row, you start putting yourself in that position, and that's what's got to be your goal. And now you can't win 3 or 4 games next week. You can only beat Southern Lab. And so that's what you got to get to work getting back after it after that. Try and get back on the winning side, and then we'll hop back into district play when it moves back to that point. And, just got beat by a good team tonight, and they, got to get back after it and try and get better. And I know all teams are going to get better. You're not going to be the same team right now. We were week 4. We're not going to be in week 11, the first round of the playoffs, the same team. We want to just keep improving and keep getting better and learn from what we didn't do well tonight and be better at it next week.
Well, I think the mantra that, Coach Brian Kelly uses with LSU is 1-0 each week, and that's what you really need to focus on. If you're the Yellow Jackets, you can't worry about the Central one that got away. You can't worry about this one. You want to put this one behind you probably, but, 1-0 each week is going to be so important for these Yellow Jackets going forward. So, it's back to work. Again, Southern Lab isn't going to feel sorry for you. We said that after the Central game with Woodlawn coming in. So, but again, you're in this 3-game road stretch where you're not at the confines of home. And Coach Beard says sometimes that's a good thing to get outside of your comfort zone. But how the Yellow Jackets go in and regroup and try to fix some of these little things here, because it's just these little nitpicky things that are starting to cost you bigger down the field. Down the way. So we'll see how they get that. So Mitch, just wrap it up here. Our final thoughts here before we close it out.
Just like I said, final thoughts is try to figure out what we did not well tonight and then get better at it, whether you're really good at it next week, maybe not the case, but 2 weeks from now you can be better, and 3 weeks from now you just keep getting after it, and you always find a little maybe wrinkle here or there that an adjustment you might be able to make to counter a few things that didn't go well tonight, because some teams we play in the future are going to watch this film and they're going to try some of the stuff they saw EA do tonight, and we're going to have to be able to line up against it and kind of know our assignments and handle it.
All right, that will do it for the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show, brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet, just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Seller Chevrolet, located at 15015 Florida Boulevard and open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager at Ralph Seller Chevrolet is Jim McCurshan, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. 26-20. Sorry, I got the wrong score up there. 26-20 is the final here from Spartan Stadium. And we will see you next week from Mumford Stadium as the Yellow Jackets will take on the Southern Lab Kittens from Southern University there at Mumford Stadium. All right, for Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, for Chris Ledoux, for Darren Ferrente, for Mitch Covington, for John Fine, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School football on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play, with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Producer Darren Ferrante. DS Jacket Vision camera operator Chris Ledoux. And station engineer Lamine Figueroa. Denham Springs High School football broadcast.